Tuesday night action has made its return to Oxford this week as the Buffalo Bulls will come in to face the Miami RedHawks here on a beautiful weekday evening on the campus of Miami University. Hello everyone, Luke West Poley with you here inside our RedHawk Radio studios. Both these teams coming in with very similar resumes to this point. Start with the last week's recap for Miami. It was a tough result in the Battle of the Bricks in Athens, a 35-33 loss against the Bobcats. A really slow start for the RedHawks in that one. Trailed 28-0 in the third quarter before Jalen Walker would get the RedHawks on the board with a touchdown. Brett Gabbert's stat line looked pretty good overall, especially considering the majority of it came in that second half. 32 for 55 through the air for 492 yards, 5 touchdowns and an interception. Leading the RedHawks in the receiving category was the star of the show all season long, Jack Sorensen, 283 yards and 2 touchdowns. The RedHawks made it close towards the end, established a pretty solid comeback and gave the Bobcats a bit of a run for their money, but were not able to recover 2 onside kicks that ended up being the difference in the game as they would fall by 2 points. For the Buffalo Bulls, they're coming off a bye week last week, their first weekday action game of the season. 2 weeks ago, it was a 56-44 shootout loss against Bowling Green at home. The Bulls never led in that game, trailed 28-10 at half. They cut the lead 2-5 at multiple points throughout that second half, but were not able to secure a comeback. A lot of offense in that game, 499 yards of total offense to be exact for the Bulls. And they led the Falcons in nearly every offensive category, passing, rushing, and total yards, first downs by a 36-11 margin and less penalty yardage. But the big plays were the difference. 10.5 average yards given up per play for the Bulls on the defensive side. That was the difference in the 56-44 loss. Last week in the MAC, we saw quite a few games throughout the Tuesday and Wednesday nights. Of course, Ohio knocking off Miami as aforementioned. Ball State defeating Akron by a 31-23 score. Eastern Michigan defeating Toledo in another shootout, 52-49. Shootouts were a theme throughout the first week of action all around the conference. On Wednesday, Kent State and NIU with a great game, 52-47. And Central Michigan knocking off in-state rival Western Michigan 42-30. Miami coming into this one with a 4-5 record on the season, 3-2 in the MAC. Rest of their schedule looking like tonight against Buffalo. They will host BG next Tuesday and then head to Kent State on Saturday, November the 27th to close out their year. The RedHawks need 2 wins for bowl eligibility, but if they win out, they can clinch the MAC East and head back to the championship for the second time in as many full seasons. For the Buffalo Bulls, 4-5 on the year, 2-3 in the Mid-American Conference. They'll have this game here tonight before heading to Northern Illinois next Wednesday and then being at Ball State on Tuesday, November the 23rd. They also need 2 wins for bowl eligibility and an outside shot to win the MAC East and head to Detroit for the championship game. They would need to win out and then have the Golden Flashes of Kent State sitting atop the division currently to lose out in order to make the final. Let's take a look around your MACtion games this week. Tonight, Akron will face Western Michigan, Ohio, and Eastern Michigan. And, of course, our game. Tomorrow, Ball State and Northern Illinois will do battle. Toledo and BG will have the big interstate rivalry game. And Kent State will face Central Michigan. So, Miami, the theme all year has just been the slow starts and the close games. All but 2 of them for the RedHawks have been decided by 2 scores or less. Those 2 games came very early in the season in the win against Long Island and the loss against University of Cincinnati. The offense has been pretty inconsistent for the RedHawks. Brett Gabbert and A.J. Mayer have split time, and neither have really been able to find their ground for a full 60 minutes, it seems. They'll look to do that here tonight. For Buffalo, it's been a whole lot of scoring. The high-flying offense and the lack of defense has contributed to a lot of high-point games, and they got their backs up against the wall to close out their season here, needing a perfect year to make the MAC championship. They will need to leave it all out on the field in order to head to Detroit. Miami favored in this one by 7.5 points. Should be a good one from Oxford. Patrick Geshan, Jack Schmelzinger will have the call when we return. You're listening to MACtion here on a Tuesday night. Miami football on RedHawk Radio.
We welcome you to Yager Stadium in Oxford, Ohio on this Tuesday night for some action football. The Miami RedHawks and the Buffalo Bulls will square off this evening. The Bulls 4-5, 2-3 in the MAC. The RedHawks also 4-5, they're 3-2 in the Mid-American Conference, coming into our Week 2 of action here from Yager Stadium. This evening, the second to last home game on the schedule for the Miami RedHawks. With Jack Schmelzinger, Patrick Geshan alongside for the call of this one tonight, Miami and Buffalo. And Jack, two teams looking to respond after weeks. Last week, that was the word we heard from both coaching staffs this week. Respond from Buffalo's loss against Bowling Green last week. For Miami, respond from your 2-point loss at Ohio last week.
Yeah, some pretty disappointing losses for both teams last week. Both teams falling to some of the, well, what we thought were some of the worst teams in the MAC. The water's been murkied up a little bit here in the MAC standings. I think a big thing today is going to be this UB run defense. Miami's four-headed rushing attack is going to have to attack the UB rush defense that is ranked pretty down low in the MAC. Yeah,
we'll talk about those storylines as we move throughout. The RedHawks won the toss. They chose to defer for the second half, so Miami kicks off to Buffalo to begin us tonight. RedHawks move right to left. They're in their gray uniforms tonight with the white pants, the red stripe down the pants, and the white helmets. Buffalo is in their road white uniforms with the blue number on the back, the blue helmets, and the white pants. RedHawks have red numbers in their gray uniforms and kind of a silver chrome name across the back. It's those gray unis they've had for 4 or 5 years now. And what's your assessment?
I gotta be honest, I kind of like them. All
right.
I like pretty much all uniforms, so anything creative flies with me.
Well, they certainly are creative. The kick is off. The game is on. We're underway from Yager Stadium. Ron Cook Jr. returns from the end zone to our left for Buffalo, and he's out across the 25-yard line after being tackled down by a pair of RedHawks there. That's where the first drive of the game begins for Buffalo, but before that, an injured Bull on the play right at the 50-yard line near side of the field, closest to us, and medical staff attending to that player on the first play of the game.
Yeah, it looked like he actually tried to throw a block on Dalen Long, and Long really put his head down, got his legs into it, and that UB, can't see the number from here, but he is on the ground.
So this is a timeout, just 5 seconds into our opening quarter.
It's going to be a long night, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, first of all, we're going to have like 3.5-minute commercials. And then second of all, we unfortunately have to deal with this injury issue. But talk about the matchup. Buffalo 4-5, 2-3 in the MAC. Like I mentioned, coming off a 6-1 year last year is a 56-44 loss against Bowling Green on October 30th for Buffalo. And they're coming off what their head coach, Maurice Linguist, called a mini bye week, meaning they didn't play a couple Saturdays ago. They haven't played until this Tuesday, so they had about a week and a half or so to work on things, and he said it's just about the response and coming back, and in a Buffalo team that's still in the hunt, as it is really anybody's league in the MAC so far, but they just need a good game tonight to really set their sights on the last few of the season.
Yeah, and this is going to be a little bit of maybe a litmus test for both of these teams. Like you said, both hanging around in the MAC standings, and pretty much everyone is at this point. No one has really pulled away so far, so it's going to be a big game for both teams as far as deciding final standings here in Oxford tonight.
Our player is still injured on the field, lying down on his back at the 50-yard line. And, of course, so many medical personnel are around him. He still has not gotten up yet. We've seen him move, and again, we apologize. We haven't seen a number yet on this player because the medical staff raced out to them so quickly, so we hope that everything is all right. But, of course, I don't know if you saw, Jack, but the medical staff just raced out to attend to this player, and must not have been the most pretty play there, a bad block on special teams or something. And again, this injury comes during the opening kickoff of the game, and based on what I'm seeing on the field here, we are probably going to have to dispatch the ambulance over to the field.
It looks like the referees are on the monitor right now. I believe they're checking for targeting. From what I saw, it didn't look like anything malicious from the Miami player. Looked like they just ran into each other. Almost looked like the UB guys were trying to set a little bit of an example to start this game.
Right. So
but either way, don't want to see anybody on the field injured.
No, especially on the first play of the game. You're 5 seconds in. Chuck Martin is out there for Miami looking at this injured player. So is Maurice Linguist in his first year as the Buffalo head coach. And thank God they have him on his feet walking off the field. So no ambulance needed. I believe that's number 92 down there. And Dom Palazzi, the defensive tackle. So not a good start to this game for both teams. If you're just trying to see a football game tonight, we have the injury, but so good to see Palazzi trot off the field on his own power. And so it'll be 1st and 10 for Buffalo to start the drive on their own 26-yard line. Meanwhile, if you're Miami, you're also 4-5 overall, 3-2 in the MAC. The RedHawks can win out and win a MAC championship. They need 2 more wins to be bowl eligible. So if you're Miami, this is just in your own hands right now. There's no other way to put it.
Yeah, and if you're Chuck Martin, you have to assume that there's no place he would rather be controlling his own destiny. That's a big thing in the sports world. A good opportunity here for the RedHawks.
So
these next few weeks.
Right.
Sorry about that,
For
Patrick.
sure. No, you're good. And a RedHawk team that'll play at home next week. So 2 of their final 3 games are here at Yager Stadium. And back to pass on the 1st and 10 play. Completion over the middle to the 30-yard line. That catch brought in by Dominic Johnson, the 5th-year redshirt player out of Windsor, Ontario, for a gain of 5 on 1st down to make it 2nd and 5 from the 31-yard line. Kyle Van Treese is the Buffalo quarterback, a 6'3", 215 senior from Stowe, Ohio. That's in the northeast part of the state. 5 for 10 last week for 38 yards. Here is a handoff up the right hash of the field for a gain out to the 35-yard line. Brought down there is Dylan McDuffie, their top rusher, who had a season high in yards in their game against Bowling Green on October 30th. He had 34 attempts, 166 yards in that game, both of them season highs. It'll be a fresh set of downs for Buffalo there on the gain of 6. 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Van Treese here will clap once. He's going to hand it off. He rushed to the middle of the field out to the 40. Goes the Buffalo rusher and McDuffie again. He also had a season high in touchdowns in the game against Bowling Green on the ground with 2. So Kyle Van Treese, the Buffalo quarterback who starts this game tonight, was injured in the Bowling Green game about halfway through. Matt Myers, their backup, came in and finished that game. Van Treese, though, good to go for this week for Buffalo, and he is under center for the Bulls. The shotgun snap here on 2nd and 6 from the Buffalo 40-yard line is a throw to the outside. It's brought in at the 50-yard line and out of bounds. On the far side with the catch is Keon Williams, number 3 in white, the graduate student out of Oklahoma City, and a really good drive going for Buffalo here to start, Jack. They're to the Miami 49.
Yeah, that's right, and that was a big thing we talked about before the game, a fast start for the RedHawks. This is certainly not what Chuck Martin expected or hoped to see coming into this game against Buffalo.
Shotgun stop for Van Treese, hands off the 1st and 10 for the Miami 49-yard line. Not a whole lot there for the rusher. And McDuffie again trying to go right up the gut, and he'll pick up 3 or 4 yards to make it a 2nd down and about 6 here. 2 minutes into our first quarter. Buffalo team that's 9th in the MAC in their rush offense, 4th in the MAC in their pass offense. We've seen more rush so far tonight. Shotgun snap, Van Treese, the I formation, a pair of receivers on either side. A play action and a quick bullet throw. The far side is incomplete through the hands of Keon Williams, who was wide open, just a little bit high of his head. And a 3rd and 5 coming up for Buffalo on the Miami 44.
And back to what you were saying last play, it almost feels like it almost feels like they just farm running backs, like they just spawn them out behind the football facility or something. We saw Jarrett Patterson graduate last year. He's in the NFL. And now these guys, highlighted by Dylan McDuffie, are really impressive once again this year.
Buffalo is 8 for 18 on 3rd down against Bowling Green. In that game on October 30th, 3 receivers right, 1 to the left for Van Treese. The shotgun snap, RedHawks sent 4. Van Treese back in the big M at midfield. He's going to keep it, nowhere to pass to, and Van Treese brought down. The ball came out at the 42-yard line, and the RedHawks recover. As Van Treese had the ball knocked free by a pair of RedHawk defenders that came in. He tried to slide down but couldn't in time. And Miami with the first turnover of the game. They'll get it 1st and 10 on their own 42-yard line with 12.5 to go in the first quarter. And this will be pending a review. Never mind, I don't think they're going to review it.
Van Treese doing his best impression of the other Buffalo quarterback. That'd be Josh Allen. He just took the ball there, ran toward around the left side of the defense, and rather than sliding, protecting the ball, he dove forward trying to get those few precious extra yards for the first down. And ball ended up on the ground. Not a good thing for Buffalo. A great thing for Miami, though, especially when you take in how well Buffalo was moving to start that drive.
And they were moving well. The rush game especially was working. That's kind of Buffalo's offensive weakness this year. We talked they're kind of in the bottom tier of the MAC in terms of rushing this season. So Miami takes over, first down and 10 on their own 42-yard line. Brett Gabbert is under center for Miami, and he's been the dominant quarterback for the RedHawks the last couple of weeks. A flea flicker on the first play. Gabbert throws down the middle, a wide open man, and into the end zone for the touchdown. RedHawks score it up the right side. That is going to be number 9, Tyree Shelton. I can't see. These gray uniforms bug me because you can't see the numbers. But a flea flicker on the first play from scrimmage offensively for the RedHawks, and over the middle, a pass and a touchdown for 58 yards, and it's 6-0 Miami with 12:20 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, I can't tell who that is down there either. Maybe Jack Sorensen?
So hard to see these numbers. We apologize. Gray uniforms look good on ESPNU, but we can't tell what they are here. On for the PAT for Miami is Graham Nicholson. He'll knock it right through. And Nicholson with his 21st PAT of the season puts Miami up 7-0 with 12:20 left in our first quarter. And we're going to have to look at the stats or something here to figure out who had that touchdown. We really apologize for that, folks, but the gray uniforms with the red numbers, we just can't really tell up here. And that receiver, too, had his jersey tucked in a little bit, so that makes it even harder. So we're going to work on that for you here. But the RedHawks are up 7-0, 12:20 left here in our first quarter from Oxford, Ohio against Buffalo. As the touchdown was completed to Jack Sorensen. We're just hearing that. Jack Sorensen at the touchdown grab for Miami. And for Sorensen, that is touchdown catch number 8 on the season. He tied a season high with a couple of touchdowns in the game for Miami at Ohio last week. Again, 12:20 left, their opening quarter from Oxford, 7-0. RedHawks lead it, and you're listening to Miami Football on Red Hawk Radio. Back in a moment. .12:20 left in our opening quarter from Oxford, Ohio. A 7-0 lead for the RedHawks over the Buffalo Bulls on the gridiron tonight. Patrick Geshan, Jack Schmelzinger with you. So glad you're with us on this Tuesday night here on Red Hawk Radio. So Miami opens up their first offensive drive in the game with a one-play drive, the flea flicker touchdown to Jack Sorensen, and that's classic Chuck Martin calling that right there, the first play of action at home.
Yeah, that was beautiful, and about that just works well for Maction, man. Lots of great big plays, funny plays, weird stuff happening. Maction, it's Tuesday night.
Yeah. So the second kickoff of the game for the RedHawks. Nicholson will send it off his right foot for the Miami 35-yard line and lands right inside the Buffalo end zone, and taking a knee on the return is Ron Cook Jr., who only averaged about 13 yards per return this year coming in. Our crowd tonight is what you would call the average Miami football weekday night game crowd. For those of us that have been to these games for our entire life, we know what that is, but just want to put that on the record. Buffalo fans sitting on the far side of the field in their blue uniforms and blue hoodies and hats and things of that sort.
I'm pretty disappointed. I had a lot of people saying they were going to show up to this game. I don't see any of them.
No? So a handoff here at 1st and 10 for Buffalo from the 25-yard line is not going to go anywhere as they go to McDuffie again on the far side. He lands his way at the line of scrimmage right on the 25-yard line, cannot find an angle up the field to his left, and it's 2nd down and 9 officially, they say, coming up from the 26 as McDuffie found his way for 1 yard. So Van Treese with an empty backfield here, a shotgun snap on 2nd and 9 for the 26-yard line. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. RedHawks are going to send 4. Play clock reads 13. Van Treese, 2 claps, snap in his arms, throws near side, little screen play. There's a catch and plenty of room to move. Tackled out of bounds, a big hit. The catch made by number 17 in white for Buffalo. That's the wide receiver, Bernard Porter. A RedHawk came in and made a huge hit on him to knock him out of bounds. In number 2, Cecil Singleton, the defensive back. It will be a 1st and 10, though, for Buffalo on the pickup of 11, and they've got the 1st and 10 on their own 37. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right for Van Treese. A man to his left in the backfield is the halfback. That is number 2, Ron Cook Jr. Van Treese scrambling near side. He'll throw it out of bounds as the intended target that time was number 17 in white. Another target to the Buffalo receiver in Bernard Porter. 2nd and 10 coming up from the Bull 37-yard line.
Miami
we have a flag, beg your pardon.
Miami hasn't quite.
It's a hold on Buffalo. That flag came in very late near side of the field after the play. It's an offensive hold against Buffalo, so it'll knock him back 10 yards, and 1st down and 20 now from the Bull 27-yard line. I'm sorry, Jack.
Oh, that's okay. Not a bad outcome for Miami there, but the Red Hawk pressure hasn't quite gotten through yet. No sacks, but they are definitely putting some pressure on Kyle Van Treese, and if they can keep that going and actually get to him a few times, it is going to be a long night for the senior from Stowe, Ohio.
Yeah. 2 receivers right and 1 to the left for Van Treese. Shotgun snap, bullet over the middle, incomplete through the arms of the intended target. They've got a Porter again 3 times in a row. And Bernard Porter is unable to come up with the previous 2, so now Buffalo has a 2nd and 20 from their own 27. 11-12 to go in our first quarter. Miami up 7-0 on Buffalo. The Bulls line right up to the line here. Van Treese with a pair of receivers on either side. A man to his left as the halfback in the backfield. That's again Ron Cook Jr. RedHawks are going to send 4 on the Buffalo defense here from the line. Miami's secondary is pretty loaded. 4 on the play clock, they get it off. Van Treese empties the backfield, throws over the middle again, and nearly intercepted. A late flag comes in from the line of scrimmage. As getting his hands on that for Miami over the middle was Ivan Pace Jr., who had a high in tackles last week on the season at Ohio. But what is this flag? It came in late near the quarterback Van Treese, who was hit late. And it's a roughing the passer call against Miami to send the Bulls 15 free yards down the field. So that turns a 2nd and 20 into an automatic 1st down for Buffalo out to, it looks like they're going to place it at the 42-yard line of the Bulls.
And that's never a penalty you want to see a team that you're rooting for take. Pretty much every time it's avoidable and a frustration foul. I didn't see that one, but you can't have to imagine Chuck Martin not happy over on that Miami sideline.
Right. Van spin around handoff, rushing his way up the left hash, and not a whole lot there for Ron Cook Jr. The junior from Washington, D.C. will only pick up about 1 or 2 yards on a first down rush to make a 2nd and 9, they say, from the Bull 43-yard line. Pair of receivers on either side here for Van Treese. They'll have Cook Jr. line up to his right in the backfield. RedHawks with a very heavy presence here at the line. They're going to send 6. Van Treese opens up 2nd and 9. A pass far side. That's complete. And out of bounds with a first down is number 3 in white, Keon Williams. What a catch there by Williams to reach across his body out of bounds. As Van Treese had the blitz coming and he read it well. Got the pass off quickly, and Williams has Buffalo a 1st and 10 on the Miami 48.
Yeah, and that's a great route run by Williams there. A nice little 6 or 7 yard out route, and when you stack the box like Miami just did and send all that pressure, that route is going to be open every single time. They're going to have to watch that if they want to keep sending.
Going to be a wildcat here and a keep for the rusher who got the snap. Not a whole lot up that left hash. A gain of maybe 3 or 4 for the man who carried it. That was number 41 in white for Buffalo. I believe number 41. We don't have a number 41 on our roster provided by the Bulls.
No.
So it was number 41 and a wildcat there who's now under center taking these snaps for the Bulls. We're going to have to work on that one too. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. And a lot of movement here before the 2nd down and 4 snap from the Miami 42-yard line for Buffalo. It's going to be a false start on the Bulls. They had a lot of movement there on the right side of their offensive line before the snaps. That'll send Buffalo back to 2nd and 9. Our friend number 41 will escape the field, and Van Treese comes back in to take over the duties ahead of the 2nd and 9 with the ball placed on the Red Hawk 47.
Yeah, I was going to say, he must have really confused the offensive lineman by putting someone not even on the roster in to take snaps at quarterback.
2 receivers right and 1 to the left. Van Treese, the shotgun snap. A man to his left in the backfield. RedHawks send 4. Van Treese empties the backfield, standing in Miami territory, scrambling near side, gets off a long throw. That's well out of bounds on the right side of the field. That was intended just to get it out and away from a sack. And intended target was Jamari Gassett down near that Miami 30-yard line. And so Buffalo a 3rd and 9 coming up here from the Red Hawk 47-yard line with 9:13 to go in the opening quarter. And Van Treese and company here have some work to do. 2 receivers line out right, a pair of them to the left. Man to his left in the backfield for Van Treese. And he will clap twice, get the snap with a play clock at 2. Van Treese will escape the pocket and throw over the middle, and there's a catch out to the 30 and knocked down to the 25-yard line with a huge reception is number 8 in white for the Bulls. And that's McDuffie, the running back, who comes in there as a receiver and shuts down the Miami defense. Buffalo converts a 3rd and 9, 1st and 10 for the Miami 25-yard line. And McDuffie there just escaped the defense. Another heavy presence for Miami on the quarterback, Van Treese, who read it well. Got his way out of the pocket, out of trouble, and made the pass downfield to McDuffie. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Van Treese, the high snap, is going to hand it off here to the rusher right up the gut for a couple of yards. That was McDuffie who got another carry for Buffalo. He picked up 2, and it will be a 2nd and 8 coming up from the Red Hawk 23-yard line. Buffalo in a no-huddle offense, too. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Shotgun snap in Van Treese's hands. He'll throw near side, a quick bullet. And there's a reception made by number 9, Dominic Johnson. He's inside the Miami 20, down to the Red Hawk 18-yard line, and a 3rd and 3 is coming up. Buffalo will take their time here before this snap, make some personnel changes. They'll take McDuffie out, bring in a new running back in Ron Cook Jr. It is a 3rd and 4 for the Bulls. Again on the Red Hawk 18-yard line. 7:43 to go, opening quarter. Van Treese claps twice, play action. He got hit immediately, but got a throw off. And there's a catch near side out of bounds with a first down as the running back in Cook Jr., who came out of the backfield to make the catch and was brought down by Pace Jr. right near the 10-yard line for the Red Hawks. And first and goal for Buffalo from the 10 with 7.5 to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah, and that's some really impressive stuff by Van Treese there. He had a Miami pass rusher on him, touching him probably within a second of the snap, and he still got that pass off for a nice gain. Good job by the Buffalo quarterback.
Two receivers left. Van Treese will hand off in a wide open lane in the end zone for the rusher. And Dylan McDuffie. Buffalo will get on the board with 7:10 to go in the first quarter. As the red carpet rolled out for McDuffie over the goal line. Miami 7, Buffalo 6. As the Bulls find a way to respond quickly from the Red Hawk flea flicker.
I have to think that was probably the easiest touchdown of his career.
I think so. Untouched was McDuffie for his 10th touchdown on the ground this season. PAT try by Alex McNulty. He's perfect on the year, 33 for 33. And will bomb it right through to remain perfect. And we're tied at 7 with 7:10 to go in the first quarter. And what a way for the Bulls to respond there. That was the word of the week for Buffalo. Respond, and they did so on that drive.
Yeah, that's right. They saw Miami put up 7. They went up and put 7 right down there. That's all you can ask for if you're on that UB sideline. A nice little show of perseverance there from the Bulls.
So again, tied at 7. A great one going here at Oxford. 7:10 to go in the first quarter. We're back in a moment. You're listening to Miami Football on Red Hawk Radio. .7:10 to go first quarter here from Oxford, Ohio. Patrick Geshan, Jack Schmelzinger back with you here on Red Hawk Radio. A 7-all score between Miami and Buffalo here on this Tuesday night. Bulls about to kick back off to the Red Hawks from left to right. They're in the middle stages of our opening quarter. Both teams have traded touchdowns and PATs so far here from Oxford. It's a tolerable night, actually, Jack, from action. 57 degrees and fair, and usually it's below 30, so we lucked out tonight.
Very glad that we're not doing that today.
As this kick here for the Bulls will go into the end zone for Miami. It kind of flew over the end zone, and it will be 1st and 10 from the 25 for Miami. Start the drive out. Again, 7:10 to go here in the opening quarter. Yeah, a lot of times we're running laps up here, what you were saying, during the commercial breaks, during these Tuesday night games. Just keep our mental capacity.
Yeah, I'm already a little nervous for next week.
Yeah.
But
We just got to get through this week first.
yeah.
First and 10, RedHawks from their own 25-yard line. Clapping twice, Gabbert. Few players moving on the Buffalo line. No flags come out. Gabbert, empty backfield, has to scramble around, nowhere to pass, and instead he'll throw it to the Miami sideline here from the near side of the field. 2nd and 10, coming up from the RedHawk 25-yard line. Not as easy of a pass that time compared to the flea flicker when you had Sorensen wide open over the middle down the field.
Yeah, and about 10 seconds of time if he had wanted it. That time he was getting closed in on by 3 UB Bulls, but a good job to get it out of bounds over the line of scrimmage by Gabbert.
3 receivers left, 1 to the right for Gabbert. Sorensen moves over to the right from the left as a man in motion. Gabbert play action. He's going to throw, and that's batted down in the secondary, and it hits the turf. A throw again over the middle. He was looking for Sorensen, was cutting through on kind of a post route there. Getting his hands on it for Buffalo is number 2 in white. That was Ron Cook Jr., the two-way player for the Bulls. It'll be 3rd and 10 for Miami from their own 25-yard line. A receiver on either side here for Gabbert. 2 claps for the shotgun snap. Man to his left is a halfback in the backfield. Play clock at 10. Gabbert goes down on one knee and barks instructions to the offensive line. Now we'll get the snap in his hands. Another pass play. Bullet near side. There's a catch. Was he in bounds? And they say yes. Was the receiver number 14. That's Jalen Walker, who had a season high in rec yards against Ohio last week. A clutch play there is Walker with 1 foot in bounds on the Miami 43-yard line near side.
Yeah, a great curl toward the sideline route there from Walker, and a beautiful back shoulder throw by Brett Gabbert. Looking like his brother on that one.
Yeah. And now they're going to review this pass, it appears. So from our vantage point, the way we saw it, there's too many bodies blocking our view of Walker's feet to see if he in fact got one inbounds.
The line judge was right there. He had a great view of the play.
One of those bang-bang plays. Again, you just need that 1 foot inbounds in college football. So the ball, as of right now, is spotted on the RedHawk 43-yard line with 6:39 to go in the first quarter. 1st and 10 coming up if this call stands. If not, Miami's going to have a 4th and 10 back on their own 25. So that would have been a gain of 18 yards there on the grab by Jalen Walker. But a game so far, Jack, where both teams are pretty much dead even in terms of what they've been able to put out onto the field, and I'm thinking we're going to be down to the wire tonight.
Yeah, it sure seems like it so far. A really hotly contested game. Both of these teams have obviously come out ready to play after those 2 tough losses last week, and it'll be interesting to see how it goes from here.
So still a review here on the Jalen Walker potential reception. He was left wide open the near sideline of the football field on the 43-yard line of the RedHawks. And now we will have our call. And the call stands. RedHawks will earn the call. They get that catch as a completion. So 1st and 10 now for Miami from their own 43-yard line as Jalen Walker able to make that grab for the 18-yard pickup. So 2 receivers right, 2 to the left for Miami. Gabbert, a couple of claps. And we'll finally get the shotgun snap, hand off to the man next to him in the backfield. And this is a rush for Kevin Davis in the Buffalo territory down to the Bull 45-yard line. Davis was the halfback in that formation, got the handoff from Gabbert to right and was able to find some room up the left side and get down there. No huddle offense, 1st and 10, Buffalo 45. Gabbert fakes the near side pitch, then throws a screen to Davis out of the backfield, and he's locked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nice play there by the Bulls to get men down the field and block out Davis. Let's see, it'll be a gain of maybe 1 here or none, depends on where they spot it. And it's going to be a 2nd down and 10, they say, coming up for Miami. The receivers right, nobody on the left side here. Gabbert has Davis with him again in the backfield, the halfback to his right. Buffalo will send 4 from the line. As Gabbert will bark more instructions to the offensive line. clap twice again, get the shotgun snap in his hands. Gabbard pull it down the field, wide open with a catch down to the 20-yard line and brought down at the 16 is the Red Hawk receiver and Jalen Walker. Huge pickup there for the Red Hawks of 26 yards with 5:30 to go in the first quarter. 1st and 10 Miami inside the red zone officially at the Buffalo 17.
What a beautiful throw from Gabbard. Fit that right past the outstretched hand of a UB linebacker, right into a tight window on the chest of that receiver for Miami. A great throw for a big gain, an important gain for the Redhawks.
2 receivers left for Gabbard. He's got a man in the backfield behind him, and Tyree Shelton. Gabbard right to the line for the snap, hands off. Shelton locked up, trying to go up the gut, and he will gain 1, if not anything. Good job that time by this Buffalo rush defense, which has looked pretty solid here tonight. No gain, they say on the play. 2nd and 10 coming up from the Bulls' 17-yard line, down to 4:45 to go in our opening quarter.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about that before the game, how Miami would probably be able to exploit Buffalo's pretty weak run defense, or at least it has been till now. Like you said, it's looked pretty good, and wow, they have some big humans down there on that defensive line. You can see it from all the way up here.
Gabbard play action, rolling far side, will throw it, and that was incomplete. Out of the hands of the Miami receiver, who was wide open over the middle, literally just dropped from their hands. That was Sorensen, who would have maybe had the touchdown there. That catch would have come from inside the 10-yard line. 4:23 to go in the fourth quarter, and it's 3rd and 10 from the Bulls 17 for Miami.
At this point, that's almost a little bit hard to believe. Jack Sorensen dropping a football. I think that might be the first time in all 8 years he's been here.
10, you mean? 10 years?
My bad.
Gabbard has set a lot of targets to Sorensen this year, especially in those last couple of games for the Redhawks. 2 receivers left. Gabbard 3rd and 10. There is a completion and out of bounds. A yard shy of the marker is Jalen Walker. He's down to the 9. He needed about the 7 or 8 for the first down, so it's going to be a 4th and 2 coming up from that 9-yard line for Miami, and a field goal team coming on here as Walker just not quite enough after being forced out that near sideline with a pickup of 8. So here is Nicholson. He was 0 for 1 in the field goal department last week, had one blocked. This one comes from 27 yards on the left hash, no wind, and Nicholson will knock it right through. The chip shot is good for the Redhawks, who take a 10-7 lead with 3:52 to go here in our first quarter. They get the lead back on a very good drive by the Redhawks that really didn't have a whole lot of nitty-gritty stuff. It was those 2 or 3 big plays that got Miami down the field there.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's pretty much been the story of this game so far. A few big chunk plays that are doing most of the work. And both defenses are going to have to look to stop that from happening.
So we will see. 3:52 to go, opening quarter. 10-7, Miami leads it over Buffalo. Stay with us. You're listening to Miami football right here on Red Hawk Radio.
Welcome to Miami University.
3:52 to go in our opening quarter. 10-7, Miami leads Buffalo here on a Tuesday night action game from Yager Stadium in Oxford. Patrick Geshan, Jack Schmelzinger with you. As the RedHawks last drive producing a field goal to put them up 10-7. Nicholson knocked it through from 27 yards away, and Miami about to kick off to the Bulls for the third time here in our opening quarter. Again, a very tropical night for action here in Oxford this evening compared to what we're used to. 57 degrees and fair skies. It's unheard of.
I'll take that any day.
Me too. Any day.
As long as I'm not shivering, I'm happy.
So the ball on the tee at the Miami 35. Nicholson will use the right foot to get this one off, and is going to land on the Buffalo 3-yard line. Ron Cook Jr. will start the return up the right side. He'll be met by gray uniforms of Miami at the 20-yard line, and Cook brought down in that area. So 1st and 10 for the Bulls, upcoming from their own 21-yard line with 3:46 to go in the opening quarter. Kyle Van Treese and company will make an appearance on the field. We thought the pass game was going to be their big weapon coming in, but it's really the rush game they've used more tonight.
Yeah, it has been, and Miami has done a good job shutting down that pass game a little bit. The secondary is doing well. The front seven needs to work a little bit harder on getting into the backfield, and the linebackers have to read the run versus the pass a little bit quicker. And they'll be able to shut down that run, I think.
Right. A pass on 1st and 10. Van Treese far side, and that ball just escaped the arms of the intended target there. And number 3, Keon Williams. That ball just fell out of his arms. No other way to describe it. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up from the Bulls' 21-yard line.
We've seen a lot of drops so far.
That's at least 3 that I can remember. Yeah. Blatant drops. I don't know if it's the lights or what's going on here, but...
Got to be something in the air here in Oxford.
Something. 2nd and 10 on the Buffalo 21-yard line for the Bulls. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Man in the backfield is Ron Cook Jr. He gets the handoff from Van Treese. And Cook Jr. is tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. The Miami line got to him very quickly there. And a 3rd and 11 coming up back on the Buffalo 20-yard line now for the Bulls. Nothing there for Cook Jr. on the rush. 3rd down for the Bulls. Another 3rd down. Tonight they are 1 for 2 in that department. 16 here on the play clock. 2 receivers left to the right. As Van Treese looks to the sideline for final instructions. Cook Jr., the halfback, to his left in the backfield. Treese collapsed twice, throws it far side. There's a completion and brought down after a gain of only 3 yards. Kind of a screenplay to that far side of the field. Keon Williams brought it in, and he was knocked down by 3 gray jerseys over there near that 24-yard line where they mark it down. 4th and 7. Buffalo will punt here from the left hash. Down 10-7 to Miami with 2:35 to go in the first quarter. So the punt will come from the foot of Jackson Bolter for Buffalo. Back to return for Miami is Jalen Walker. He had just 1 yard on a single punt return last week in Athens. This is a line drive punt, hits turf at the Miami 40. Walker fields it there, will try to return it from the 35, and he's knocked down after a pickup of 4 on that return by number 23 in white on the tackle. That's Keith Watzel, the linebacker for Buffalo, and the RedHawks will start this drive inside their own 40-yard line with 2:12 to go in the opening quarter. 1st and 10 on their own 39. So the RedHawks up 10-7, trying to grow the lead here. By the way, we need to mention Miami has won 12 straight games here on this field at Yager Stadium. Their last home loss, September 29th, 2018, a 1-point loss to the Broncos of Western Michigan. Gabbard collapsed twice, pitch to the near side. That's the halfback who has it. Out of bounds for a 1st down. Pickup of 10 forced out was Tyree Shelton. Good pitch play there on the 1st and 10. Miami using the variety in the playbook that time. We haven't seen that too much tonight. And the RedHawks out to their own 49 here at 1st and 10 with 2 to go in the first.
What do you think the deal is, Patrick, with that big home field advantage? It doesn't seem like it's the crowd, but...
I don't know. I really don't know. You're right about that. You're being honest. Gabbard hands off, man to the far side on this rush for Miami, and with a gain of about 13 yards. Pushed out of bounds at far side, down to the 35-yard line of the Bulls. Is number 20 on the rush for the RedHawks. And Mekhi Miller. I don't think it was Miller, I beg your pardon. These gray uniforms are messing with us again.
Yep.
I think it was Kenny Tracy, I beg your pardon. Tracy had that rush for Miami. So we'll pick up a decent chunk, 1st and 10 for the RedHawks from the Buffalo 35-yard line. Gabbard will clap 3 times, hand this one off. Right up the middle is the rusher. Plenty of room in the secondary. And down to the 15-yard line is Tyree Shelton. Found a hole, got through the hole, and Shelton puts Miami in the red zone with another big rush. 2 straight pickups of 15 yards plus for Miami, 1st and 10 from the Buffalo 15-yard line.
Great run blocking there from the Miami offensive line. Opened up a huge hole. And that Miami rusher made no mistake, got all the way through it, and kept on going.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. The no-huddle stuff continues here. Gabbard claps twice. The shotgun snap. They try a reverse pitch near side with a football near the line of scrimmage and brought out of bounds is Walker. He knocks over the replay monitor on his way out. And nothing there for Miami trying a fancy play. Gabbard made a pitch to Kevin Davis. He ran it toward the far side of the field. Walker was lined up right side as a receiver. He came through the backfield, got the ball there from Davis. And then Walker could not find any room upfield, moving to the near side and trying to go north.
Yeah, it was almost like a reverse Philly special with no pass at the end, kind of.
So the clock down to 20 seconds, the game clock at 20 seconds here in the first quarter. 2nd and 14 from the Buffalo 19-yard line for Miami. The play clock down to 3. And we get a whistle before the snap. Somebody called a timeout, and I believe it was Buffalo. With 13 seconds left in the opening quarter, so the Bulls would like Miami to get off another play here in the first quarter. And a 10-7 Miami lead, 2nd and 14 from the Buffalo 19-yard line coming up. Go ahead.
Definitely some interesting clock management here from the UB sideline. I'm not sure I really get it.
Well, Miami was close to getting the delay of game because the play clock was down to 3 when they called a timeout. So Miami was going to get a playoff anyway in the first quarter if they
very interesting.
Didn't want the 5-yard penalty.
I guess UB didn't like the look they had, and they only realized it 25 seconds later.
Yeah. 2 receivers right and 1 to the left. Gabbard claps twice. Walks to the line and snaps back for the shotgun snap. Mandu's right in the backfield. I believe that is Tracy. The handoff given here to Tracy. He's down inside the 15 to the 14. Trying to go right up the gut. There's a gain of maybe 2 yards. It'll be a 3rd and 9 coming up. Beg your pardon, it's a gain of 5. As we're looking from the opposite 20-yard line, so it kind of messes with us here, the depth perception. So 3rd and 9 is coming up. And this will be coming from the 14-yard line of Buffalo when we return as the first quarter comes to an end here from Oxford. And we have a 4-minute commercial break. So what are you thinking here after 15 minutes? As Miami up 10-7.
I think it's a pretty good start for Miami. I think it will look even better if they're able to convert on this red zone opportunity that they have right now. But they've come out firing. They're playing fast. The passing game is working. The rushing game seems like it's starting to work a little bit, especially with Kevin Tracy. I've liked what I've seen so far from the RedHawks.
So we will see if they can continue it as the teams will switch sides here. And our second quarter begins momentarily. Stay with us, Miami up 10-7 here on Tuesday Night Action. You're listening to Miami Football on Red Hawk Radio. 3rd down and 9 coming up for Miami from the Buffalo 14-yard line as we return to Yager Stadium in Oxford. Patrick Geshan, Jack Schmelzinger back with you on Red Hawk Radio. So glad you're with us tonight. Red Hawks lead at 10-7 as we begin the second quarter. Gabbard a shotgun snap on 3rd and 9. Floats one near side end zone. It's brought in for a catch and a touchdown in the back corner. The grab made by Tyree Shelton. And the Red Hawks take a 16-7 lead with 14:55 to go in the second quarter on a tremendous catch there on a great throw by Gabbard to open up the second quarter.
From, I believe, is that Matt Kippenhammer out there for the Red Hawks? What a great catch, rather. He, a little fade route, back shoulder throw from Brett Gabbard. He reached up for that one, somehow got a foot down. A great play for the Red Hawks.
I beg your pardon, I did say Shelton on the catch. It was Matt Kippenhammer, the back corner of the end zone, to bring it in for the grab. That's his 4th touchdown reception of the year. They are going to review it, as from our vantage point, it looked like Kippenhammer got, to me, at least 1 foot in bounds, but of course they got to look at the video. Kippenhammer's season high last week at Ohio. He had 2 touchdown receptions through the air. So I'm sorry, it's just these gray uniforms tonight with the red numbers. We are in the top row of the stands, and we're trying our best to try to get these numbers to you.
Yeah, when they're down on the other side of the field, you can pretty much tell whether they're a single digit or a double digit. That's about all you're gonna get.
So it was Kippenhammer who made that grab for Miami. 16-7 the score, barring what we see here on the review. But what a gutsy play call, too. I mean, we've seen Chuck Martin and the offensive staff for Miami make about 3 or 4 gutsy play calls tonight. And another one there that pays off. The flea flicker paid off, their first offensive play from scrimmage in the game. So the gamble has been working, and the luck is on the Red Hawks side here as 5 seconds into our second quarter. The review is still ongoing for the Kippenhammer touchdown, or potential touchdown. The headset is off, and we are going to get our call.
The ruling of a touchdown stands.
And it's a good touchdown. And 2 for 2 are the Red Hawks in reviews tonight.
Yeah, you were just talking about luck's on our side. I don't know.
So 5 seconds into the second quarter, Miami a chance to go up 10, barring this PAT here from Nicholson, who knocked the first one through tonight. 16 here on the play clock. The good snap, the good kick, and it is through. 17-7, Miami on top. The Kippenhammer reception touchdown, a great athletic play in the back right corner of the end zone. I wouldn't be surprised if you see that on the Sports Center top 10 tonight.
And I'm excited to see if Kippenhammer can translate those athletic skills to the baseball field.
I know.
A star on the baseball team as well is the sophomore transfer from Penn State.
Kind of the premier two-way athlete at Miami right now. There always is one, but Kippenhammer just seems to be his time right now. And the way that he has navigated the receiving corps for the Red Hawks this year around the football field has been very impressive. Came into the game tonight with 570 yards on 36 receptions. Just added his 4th touchdown of the season for the Red Hawks through the air. So Miami now moving left to right across your radio here in our second quarter. And the kickoff will come from Graham Nicholson on the Red Hawk 35-yard line back to the Bulls. We're trying to respond from 2 straight Miami scoring drives, one producing a field goal and the other one producing that Kippenhammer wrecked touchdown. So Nicholson, the ball on the tee, the right foot, will send a line drive kick toward the far side of the field, and this will trickle out of bounds through the Buffalo end zone as the returner in Ron Cook Jr. electing not to pick it up. So 1st and 10 for Buffalo here from their own 25-yard line, 14:55 to go in the second quarter, and Miami up by 10. And if you're Buffalo, need some answers fast here.
Yeah, and for Miami, a stop here would be absolutely huge. If you're Buffalo, you do not want to go down 3 scores in this game. So a big drive here for Buffalo and potentially a big drive ensuing for Miami.
2 receivers left, one on the right, Van Treese. The shotgun snap, he'll clap twice and hand it off to number 5 in white on the rush. They're going to get out to the 30-yard line for a gain of about 5. It's a nice, hard, gritty rush there for the running back in Kevin Marks. For Buffalo, he did have a carry or two in the last couple of games this season. He actually picks up 7, they say. A very generous spot there, if you're asking me. 2nd and 3 for the Buffalo 32. And the rusher this time is going to get the first down, pushing the pile out past the 35 to the 36. And that time they go to, on the ground, Kevin Marks again.
Kevin Marks, the ball carrier.
So he's had a couple of rushes here for Buffalo. 1st and 10 Bulls on the 36. They go no huddle. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Van Treese, shotgun snap, claps twice, play action, bullet thrown to your side, incomplete. That was just a couple of feet left of the intended receiver. And number 11, that is Marlon Johnson for Buffalo.
And Van Treese early in this one seems like he's having, not every pass, but he's already thrown a few offline, having maybe a little bit of trouble targeting his receivers.
Yeah.
That'll be something to watch from here on out.
Johnson would have had a wide open grab there for the Bulls. Had that throw been accurate, as the coverage really wasn't there for Miami. Van Treese hands off. Marks will go to the 40 and be wrestled down, they say, at the 42-yard line for a gain of 7. Nice rush up the right side of the field for Marks, a very explosive one. Took a lot for Miami to bring him down, and it's going to be a 3rd and 4 for the Bulls from their own 42-yard line with just over a minute inside of our 2nd quarter. 3 receivers left, nobody on the right for Van Treese. Awaits a shotgun snap with a man to his right as the halfback in the backfield. Miami's going to set 5. Van Treese back to throw, 3rd and 4, lofts one through the air in the middle, and it's brought in for a catch, down to the 20, escaping the first tackle, and brought down at the 10 with the other tackle was number 9 in white, Dominic Johnson. And there is a huge pickup there for the Bulls. Looks like about 70 yards or so down the field to the 10-yard line for Johnson. On a pass over the middle, he was wide open, Van Treese found him. No huddle they go. Handoff here on 1st down and 10 from the 10-yard line. So 1st and goal. And a gain of 2 is right up the middle there for the Bulls. On the rush was number 8 in McDuffie.
Dylan McDuffie on the rush.
And back to that last big chunk play for UB. Miami playing some cover 0 defense there and just got absolutely toasted by that UB tight end. Kind of an interesting defensive strategy there from the RedHawks, and obviously it didn't work out that time, trying to really rush the passer on 3rd down. Well, you got to leave some guys back there in the secondary too.
Wildcat here, our friend number 41 with a football for Buffalo. He's down to the 5-yard line with that carry.
Matt Myers on the keeper.
That's Matt Myers. All right, so it all makes sense now.
Yeah.
So Matt Myers wore number 10 the rest of the year. Now he's wearing number 41 all of a sudden.
Right, so I guess he forgot his jersey or something.
And
right?
that's their backup quarterback. I mean, usually when I do high school games, we run into this problem. First time doing a college game that we've seen that. But Matt Myers has been number 41 tonight. And the backup quarterback who just took that snap. So he picked up about 4 yards on the carry down to the 6-yard line. It'll be a 3rd and goal coming up there for Buffalo with 12:33 to go in the 2nd. But before that, an injured RedHawk in the last play, and the medical staff is attending to them now down on the Miami 10-yard line. I'm trying to get a look at who this player is, but they're unfortunately not able to show us their number, lying on their backside with medical staff surrounding them. Luckily able to get this player to sit up off of their back and standing up, needing some help off the field as the injured player still again trying to get a reading on the number here. It'll be more clear as they walk to the near side of the field. This was again right at the Miami 10-yard line to our left. Tell you what, these gray uniforms.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I cannot actually even tell if this guy's single or double digits at all. So.
It's double digit, I know that. Might be number 86. Might be number 86. That would be a tight end, Brian Shane. I don't think it's a tight end, that's a lineman. Maybe it's number 98. That would no, that's Graham Nicholson. That's the kicker.
that is not the kicker right there.
No. Is it 88?
Maybe 95.
95 would be Ben Kimpler, the defensive lineman, and then they just go take him to the medical tent. So I'm going to say my best guess is Ben Kimpler.
Yep, I'm going to say that too.
So the RedHawks here will have to play a little defense, 3rd and goal from their own 6-yard line, as Buffalo kind of struggling here. But this whole Matt Myers and Kyle Van Treese situation makes sense for the Bulls, as Myers came in for Van Treese, who was injured in the game last week, you could say, or the week before technically, against Bowling Green. So Myers came into that game after Van Treese injured nearly halfway through. Myers went 12 for 24, 239 yards. Both of those were season highs. He had 12 attempts on the ground for 3 yards and a couple of touchdowns on the ground, which was also a season high. And so this dual quarterback situation for Buffalo makes some sense here, but you got a 3rd down and goal on the Miami 6. You really want to score with 12:33 to go in the second. You're down by 10. You need to respond to the last couple RedHawk drives that have produced points.
Yeah, and we've seen UB this week and last week. They're pretty excellent on 3rd down. They do a great job. Van Treese at least does a great job getting the ball out when that rush comes. It'll be interesting to see if Miami sends as much pressure as they've been sending this entire game. It hasn't worked out yet. We'll see if they stick with it here.
Yeah. So we had a media timeout there during the injury. The team's breaking their huddles to head on to the field. Again, 12:33 to go here in our second quarter. 17-7, Miami on top of Buffalo. And the Bulls here are going to have Van Treese back in at QB. A man to his right in the backfield as the halfback. That's Dylan McDuffie. 3 receivers left and 1 to the right. RedHawks are going to send 4 from the line. They've got a very heavy presence in the secondary on the right side of their defensive formation, where these 3 receivers are for the Bulls. 27 on the play clock. Van Treese has the shotgun snap in his hands. Steps back, empty backfield, a throw over the middle, and it's incomplete. Too high for the intended target, who jumped up as high as he could, but couldn't bring it down. Dominic Johnson that time, the intended recipient for Buffalo. And a 4th down and goal from the 6 coming up for the Bulls, and they will kick a field goal.
And once again, we see the accuracy concerns for Kyle Van Treese. Had a wide open man there in the back of the end zone, crossing right about at the A on Miami, and just completely missed him. Through that one, he might have thrown it through the goalpost if the UB receiver hadn't gotten a hand on it.
So this comes from 23 yards out for Alex McNulty, and he punches it right through for the 3 points, and the Bulls kind of respond to the RedHawk field goal a couple of drives ago. Your score now, Miami 17, Buffalo 10 with 12:09 to go in the second quarter, and the Bulls bring it back within a touchdown here on a Tuesday night from Oxford. We'll have a timeout. RedHawks again leading by 7. They'll get the football back when we return, and you're listening to Miami Football on RedHawk Radio. 12:09 to go, second quarter. RedHawks up 17-10 over the Buffalo Bulls. Patrick Geshan, Jack Schmelzinger back with you here from Yager Stadium in Oxford, Ohio. Tuesday night action. So glad you're with us on this Tuesday.
Doesn't get much better, does it?
No, not at all. It's like sitting on a beach.
I know. It's like we both know our broadcasting careers are pretty much at their peak
Peaking right now. Yep. Kick is off for Buffalo here from their own 35-yard line. This will drop out the back of the Miami end zone. 1st and 10 for the 25-yard line to start the drive out for the RedHawks, trying to respond from the Buffalo field goal. 7 o'clock start on a Tuesday on ESPNU. This is the place to be in the sports world tonight. Right here.
Right.
You're standing in it.
In the sports world, yes. On Miami's campus, apparently it's not the place to be because nobody's here. But
That's a good one. That's ironic.
It is ironic.
So the ball here on the right hash for Miami. Gabbert in a shotgun formation will clap twice, just a single receiver out right. It's going to be a play action. Gabbert looking to pass far side, got a man, and there's a catch. Brought in just shy of the 50-yard line. The halfback in the backfield came out to become a receiver. And that was Walker, who picks up a good 20 yards and change for the RedHawks out to their own 48-yard line. Another big catch by Walker. We've seen a few of those tonight from him that have produced some significant yardage for Miami. So 2 receivers right and 1 to the left. Again, kind of a no-huddle look here for the RedHawks. Gabbert is Davis to his left, the halfback in the backfield. It'll be a handoff. Davis rushing near side. A flag emerges at the line of scrimmage. Davis into Buffalo territory, down to the Bull 46-yard line with a gain of about 7 or 8. I beg your pardon, that was Mosey. That time I could tell it was double digit, and I thought it was 26 instead of 28. I'm sorry about that one.
That's about as close as you're going to get with these uniforms. So.
No flag for offensive holding, they say, so it'll be a second down here and about 3, it appears, on the Bull 46-yard line. If you're just joining us, we beg your pardon. Miami wearing the home gray uniforms, very dark gray, with dark red numbers on them, and just the way that they show up here with the lights and everything, it's so hard for us to identify who players are for Miami tonight, so we apologize. Just hang with us. We will try to get it correct.
We will figure it out eventually.
As soon as we can. Gabbert pass far side. There's a completion. Tackled right at the 40-yard line with a gain of 6 for the first down is Hippenhammer. And the chains will move here for Miami, getting deeper into Buffalo territory with 11:08 to go in the second quarter. So 1st and 10, RedHawks will huddle here before the snap. You can tell the switch between huddle, no huddle has really impacted the Buffalo defense tonight. The more you think about it. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Gabbert play action. A lot of stuff going on in the backfield. He just has to throw it off near sideline. That's incomplete. And no flags either as the receiver got his hands on it. That was Sorensen over there. Would have had a gain of 11 yards or so, but Gabbert that time had players coming from behind him on the Buffalo defensive line, and a lot of stuff going on in the backfield. He had to escape, throw it away, and went off Sorensen's hands.
Yeah, that's honestly a pretty impressive throw by Gabbert. He really was tied up there. He threw it and hit Sorensen in the hands. I mean, that ball got broken up, but still a good toss there from Gabbert.
3 receivers right, nobody on the left for Gabbert. Man to his right in the backfield, play action. Bullet over the middle, the slant route. There's a catch. And down to the 32-yard line with a reception is Sorensen to pick up about 7 yards here for Miami. And a 3rd and 3 is upcoming again for the Bull 31-yard line with 10:23 to go in the second quarter. Both teams making some substitutions, personnel changes here before the snap. Miami team that last week was not good at all on 3rd down. They were 6 for 18 in Athens. Chuck Martin said that was a big reason for their loss.
I'm just a little confused why they're playing loud music with the home team on the field on 3rd down.
Handoff here right up the middle. No gain for the rusher for Miami. Brought down at the line of scrimmage was Tyrese Shelton. Great job by the Buffalo defense to get in there and get to him quickly. As a group of about 5 Bulls came in to knock Shelton over, it'll be no gain on the play. Ball sits on the 31-yard line. You're looking at here about a 48, 49-yard field goal, and it looks like the offense staying on the field for Miami. They were 3 for 6 from 4th down last week against Ohio. First 4th down conversion of the night for the RedHawks here. And before this, Buffalo will call a timeout.
Timeout. Buffalo. Second charge.
9:19 to go, second quarter. And the Bulls will use their second timeout of the game here in the first half. You do have Graham Nicholson, the Miami kicker, warming up near sideline of the field, so this could be also used by Miami as a decision-making moment, whether you want to go for the 4th and 3 or just get the 3 points from 48, 49 yards out, so not guaranteed.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do. We see a lot in the NFL. Teams will go out there during this type of situation and just use the quarterback's voice to try and get the defense to jump. Interesting to see if Brett Gabbert has those type of skills and if Miami's going to try to do that here.
Gabbert is under center for the snap. They're going to go for it on 4th and 3 on the Buffalo 31-yard line. Gabbert, play action, rolling near side, looking for a place to throw it, and that is broken up. They went to Hippenhammer down to the 20, and getting right in front of the pass to knock it down with both arms was number 10 in white for Buffalo, and the cornerback Marcus Fuqua. And the Bulls were ready there. Miami turns it over on downs, 1st and 10 for the Bulls on their own 31-yard line.
Yeah, maybe not the smartest throw there from Gabbert. Threw it pretty much in between 3 UB guys, and it did actually look for a second like Hippenhammer was open, but all those guys were just closing. All the defenders were just closing too fast.
Yeah.
And an easy breakup there for the Bulls defender.
So 2 receivers right. RedHawks are going to send 4 here at the line on this 1st and 10 from the 31 for Buffalo. Van Treese, play action, looking for a deep pass. Gets it off down the field, and that is intercepted. And out the near sideline with a football for the RedHawks is number 5, and John Saunders Jr., the defensive back. Completely robbed it from the intended target for Buffalo, which was Jamari Gassett, down near the 20-yard line of Miami. And the first interception of the game belongs to the RedHawks as Saunders Jr. A great athletic play there. 1st and 10 for Miami coming up from the 26.
Yeah, and robbed is right. Did my eyes deceive me there, or did he literally rip that out?
He robbed it.
Yeah, he literally ripped that out of the UB receiver's arms. And that'll work for Miami, that's for sure.
So not a great drive at all for Buffalo there. They turn it over after a very short stint on offense. Gabbert will hand off far side rush. This is number 28 in Gray and Mosey, who will mosey his way for a gain of 2 up the left hash to the RedHawk 29. 2nd and 7, they say, officially a pickup of 3 for the RedHawks. Very short huddle for Miami on offense. 2 receivers right, nobody on the left. Gabbert, the shotgun snap. Look over to the sideline before that comes. He has a man to his right. He's in the backfield as the halfback. Gonna be a throw, slant route near side. Sorensen the catch, and he's out to the 45-yard line after escaping the first defender. That's a big pickup for Miami of 16 yards. The no-huddle offense continues. They're on their own 45. 1st down and 10. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Gabbert, play action, another pass over the middle, and there's a catch. And down to Buffalo territory to the 30-yard line is number 89. That's Jack Coldiron, the tight end. On a gain of 25 over the middle. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. They're just marching down the field. Hand off this time to the man in the backfield. That's Shelton. He's upended at the Bull 26, but 2 flags come in right at the tackle. And we'll see what these are. Give me a hold on Miami. Not officially announced yet, but that was the first indication from the referee. 7:58 to go in the second quarter.
Number 53, offense.
And the RedHawks are called for the holding penalty. It's against Caleb Schaefer, the lineman. So that'll send it back 10 to the Buffalo 40-yard line, but still, barring the penalty, or despite the penalty, two huge pass plays there to get you about 40 yards down the field.
Yeah, and going back to the most recent one, UB has been playing cover 2 defense all night. That's 2 deep safeties. Miami just attacking the middle of the field, the seams, which is what you do deep down the middle of the field against a cover 2, really having success with that.
Gabbard here, play action. He's going to throw to the near sideline. He's got a man open. That's Hippenhammer. He had to catch and then shoved out of bounds. Near sideline at the 27-yard line by number 4 in white for Buffalo. That's the cornerback in Isaiah King. So it'll be a second down and about 7 coming up from the 27-yard line. Very manageable here now for Miami after the first and 20. Inside 7.5 to go inside our second quarter. 2 receivers to right and 1 to the left. Man moving across the line for the RedHawks. That's Cold Iron, the tight end. The snap here will go to the running back. In the backfield in a wide open lane up the field. Into the end zone for the touchdown. Are the RedHawks. And that time number 33 on the rush. And Kenny Tracy. His first touchdown since week 1 against Cincinnati. 7:05 to go in the second quarter. A red carpet rolled up for Tracy, and it's 23-10 Miami.
And what a huge block out on the end by number 56. That's Reed Holsky for Miami. Absolutely pancaked a UB defender coming around the end of that UB defense. He would have had a good shot at the Miami running back. And Holsky just absolutely flattened him on for the touchdown.
Yeah. Team effort there for the RedHawks. The PAT is knocked through by Graham Nicholson. Miami takes a 24-10 lead here with 7:05 to go in the second quarter on the Tracy Rush touchdown. Again, his first one since the first game of the season. And Miami has opened up a 14-point advantage here in the middle stages of our second quarter. 7:05 to go in it. Miami 24, Buffalo 10. We're back in a moment, and you're listening to Miami Football on Red Hawk Radio.
stats, and much more.
Patrick Geshan, Jack Schmelzinger back with you here on Red Hawk Radio. 7:05 to go in the second quarter. Miami up 24-10 on Buffalo. Red Hawks here will kick off after the touchdown-producing drive that ended with Kenny Tracy's big-time rush for his second rush touchdown of the season for Miami. It was a 27-yard touchdown for Tracy on the ground up the right side. So Nicholson here will kick off from the Miami 35-yard line. This kick will land at the 4-yard line of Buffalo. Ron Cook Jr. out to return it past the 20, and he'll get locked up at the 28-yard line. The Red Hawks tackle him there, and the drive begins for Buffalo, 1st and 10 on their own 28. So 6:57 to go in the second quarter, 24-10, Miami over Buffalo.
Miami 33 and Georgia Tech 33.
And now it's Miami and Georgia Tech are tied in men's basketball tonight at 33
Very interesting.
at the half.
I guess the Yellow Jackets are no Kentucky either, but still pretty impressive.
Power 5.
Yeah.
Van Treese, the shotgun snap, hands off McDuffie, right side on the rush. He has nothing.
McDuffie on the rush.
Locked up right at the line of scrimmage, if not a loss of 1, and they say that is the case, so it'll be a 2nd and 11 coming up from the 28.
It's a loss of 1, 2nd and 11.
Miami field hockey team won the MAC championship this week as well.
Hosting the first ever NCAA field hockey tournament game in Oxford tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m.
Yep. Van Treese, 3 receivers left. Shotgun snap goes to the left side, and that's a bad throw all around. Of course, I couldn't do much better at all, but the intended recipient that time, number 3, Keon Williams, that throw is 5 feet behind him. It's not even an exaggeration.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you maybe could have done a little bit better, Patrick.
No, I couldn't.
Probably wouldn't have had that type of zip on it, but it might have gotten there.
So it'll be a 3rd and 11 from the Buffalo 28 for the Bulls. Risking another 3 and out here in this game. 2 receivers right to the left. Van Treese collapsed twice. Away in the shotgun snap. Backfield empties out. Floats it near side, and that is another bad throw wide left. And the intended target at Williams, but a flag comes in late after the throw hit the turf, and they're going to call a pass interference on Miami. I'm not sure who the defensive back was on that play, but the line judge that was watching it all the way says pass interference of the Red Hawks. And the drive will continue for Buffalo here with an automatic 1st down and 15 yards. You can hear the approval from the Miami crowd. And I guess their argument is the throw wasn't even near the intended recipient. Williams, there was another 3 feet left throw.
Yeah, that's right. And it honestly didn't look like there was a ton of contact between the DB and the wide receiver. Definitely an outstretched arm there from the Miami defensive back. I guess that'll get you called every time. But like you said, that ball was possibly off the sideline. Not a great throw from Van Treese.
So a receiver on either side here for Buffalo. Van Treese will collapse twice. Another shotgun snap. 1st and 10. Bull 43. Throw near side. There's a catch, and wrapped up immediately is the receiver and Keon Williams. The tackle made there by number 5, and great tonight for Miami. That's John Saunders Jr., who had an interception earlier on in the game. It'll be a pickup of 5 for the Bulls. 2nd and 5 coming up on their own 48. Left hash. Some receivers right in this formation, 1 to the left. And now you have Myers in as the quarterback, number 41. Van Treese is out. Myers, the snap, will carry it and keep it near side, and he's brought down without a gain. I don't know why they have Matt Myers, the quarterback, the other quarterback, doing all these rush plays tonight, because his rushing numbers have just really not been impressive at all this year. 27 attempts for 50 yards coming into the game tonight.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like the only thing I can think of is Van Treese. They don't want him to get injured again, so they're just sending this poor Myers guy into the fire.
Van Treese back in at quarterback at 3rd and 6 coming up from the Buffalo 47. Loss of 1 on the last play. 3 receivers left, including 2 tight ends, a receiver out right. Empty backfield, Van Treese throws it far side, wide open as a man. The tight end, Tyler Stevens, and he's out of bounds at the Miami 30-yard line with a gain of 23 yards. He came out of the middle of nowhere, wide open on the right side of the field. Stevens' first grab of the night, and Buffalo up and rolling here down to the Miami 30, 1st and 10. 4:40 left in the second quarter. That's the play they needed at the right time. 2 receivers left, nobody out right. Van Treese, another shotgun snap, hands it off to McDuffie. He's got a solid gain of 7 or 8 up the left side through the line. Inside the Miami 25-yard line to the Red Hawk 24. And a 2nd down and 4 coming up here for Buffalo. Right at that 24-yard line of Miami. Play clock down to 20 as Van Treese with another shotgun snap upcoming. A receiver here on either side. He's got a man in the backfield as well. And number 5, that's Kevin Marks. And Treese claps twice, hands off to Mark. Never mind, it's a keep on a play action. And Van Treese lit up on the far side. Few yards shy of that 1st down. Is coming in there with a tackle as a double-digit player. We know that. Yep. Sterling Weatherford, they say, made a tackle for Miami. A 3rd and 4 coming up. Van Treese fooled everybody there on the keep. The fake to Marks. Van Treese wide open rush up that right side until all of a sudden Weatherford comes in and just blows him up at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, funny we were just talking about that, and Van Treese takes probably the biggest hit of the game so far.
2 receivers left, nobody out right. Handoff, 3rd and 4. Marks trying to trip his way right up the gut. He's down to the 21. He needed the 20 for the 1st down. And they see he's a yard short. It's going to be a 4th and less than a yard here for Buffalo. 4th and 1 with 2:53 to go in the second quarter. And they need 1 more yard, a good yard actually, to get the 4th down where they spot the football. So 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. And Van Treese with Marks in the backfield again. Claps twice, shotgun snap, handoff to Marks, and he's brought down at the line of scrimmage. Redhawks come up with a stop on a 4th down and 1. And they turn the ball over on downs. Buffalo does. Back to Miami with 2:36 to go in the second quarter. 1st and 10 Redhawks on their own 22-yard line. Big stop.
Yeah, and what a beautiful play there by, I believe it was the linebacker, Lonnie Phelps Jr., flew into that hole and absolutely blew up that UB running back before he had a chance to take even 2 steps. A really athletic play there from the linebacker. Really impressive stuff.
And the Miami defense shows up yet again when they've needed to in the football game here tonight. 2:36 to go, second quarter, 24-10. The Miami on top of Buffalo. We'll take a quick break. Back in a moment. You're listening to Miami football on Red Hawk Radio.
Exclusive.
2:36 to go here in the second quarter. RedHawks start a drive after the turnover on downs by Buffalo. The big Miami stop, 24-10. Miami on top of Buffalo. Patrick Geshan, Jack Schmelzinger back with you here from Yager Stadium in Oxford. A Maxian tropical 55 degrees and partly cloudy here on this Tuesday night. So Miami a chance here, a little 2-minute drill action to try to extend the lead past 14 points at the half. Gabbert will play action, roll near side for a pass play, escaped one tackle, but then brought down in the backfield for a loss by another Buffalo player coming in there. Gabbert nowhere to throw down the field. I believe number 53 on that tackle for Buffalo. I guess officially a sack, that time by C.J. Bazile, the defensive end. So Gabbert, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right, a loss of 3 on the last play to make it second down at 13. Backfield empties out, Gabbert, more trouble, and he's brought down very quickly for more loss of yardage inside the RedHawk 15. They'll put down Gabbert, that time no time to react at all, and it's going to be 3rd and 18 coming up. I mean, he just had no time there. Gabbert a bit shaken up too after that sack made by about 4 Bulls that came in and surrounded him. Seems to be all right though. 1:30 to go in the second quarter. Clock continues to move. 3rd and 18 for Miami, coming up on their own 14, and now all of a sudden a sense of urgency. 2 receivers to right and 1 to the left. Gabbert will clap twice, and then movement, and then flags come in. Referee conference here with a couple of other officials before we get the call, but I have no idea where this is going. It's going to be a false start on Miami.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
So 3rd and 18 goes to 3rd and 23 on your own 9.
And all of a sudden the focus goes from trying to score going into the half. Now the RedHawks are going to probably have to try to punt this away and try to keep it out of their own end zone with about a minute remaining.
1:12 to go. 2 receivers right and 1 to the left. Gabbert here again on a 3rd and 23. Man to his right in the backfield. Gabbert claps again. This time movement on the left side of the Buffalo line. There's no flags that come out. Play clock down to 3. Gabbert will get the snap with a play clock at 2. It's going to be a handoff to that man in the backfield in Davis. And he's out to the 14-yard line there for a gain of 5. Beg your pardon, it was Mosey that time, number 28 on the carry. So Buffalo uses their last timeout right now with 46 seconds left in our first half. It'll be a 4th down and 18 coming up for Miami, again from their own 14-yard line. So Buffalo does have some time to work with here before we hit the break.
Yeah, and if they were able to put the ball in the end zone or even get a field goal, the field goal wouldn't cut too much off of but it would help with the point. You know, you always like points, but going into half down 1 touchdown is a lot better than going in down 2.
In a game that Miami leads by a 24-10 score. 1 receiver right, but it is a punt formation here. As Jobin on to punt it for Miami. Gets this line drive kick off. Couple of returners back for Buffalo. It's brought in at the 40-yard line. And the return here out to the 35, out of bounds near side. Pushed back 5 yards was the returner in Keon Williams. So he caught the ball at the 40, made his way back to the 35. Everybody came in to try to tackle him. He took a basically direct route to the near sideline, out of bounds around the 36. And a flag came in during the play for an illegal block in the back against Buffalo. So that'll be a 10-yard penalty on maybe one of the weirdest returns I've ever seen. And Williams and company are going to be pushed back now for Buffalo to their own 25-yard line with 35 seconds to go in the second quarter and no timeouts.
Yeah, and you called it a line drive punt. That Buffalo returner, he looked like a center fielder out there tracking that ball. He had to run back probably another 5 or 10 yards caught it over his shoulder, tracking it the entire way, and it took him even more steps to get slowed down and moving the other way. A lot of extra movement there for the returner.
Van Treese over the middle, throw, it's intercepted! No, they say incomplete. They got tipped by a Miami player in the secondary, and then bringing it in for maybe a catch for Miami was Cecil Singleton. I don't know who tipped it over the middle. They're going to rule it incomplete immediately and no review. It was close for sure, but 29 seconds left here in the second quarter. And a second and 10 for Buffalo from their own 25. Again, the Bulls have no timeouts. Down 24-10 to Miami. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Van Treese empty backfield. Blitz comes in for the RedHawks and swallows up Van Treese inside the 20-yard line for the sack. And coming in for the tackle for Miami was number 11. And David Afari. They're pushed back to their own 19-yard line. Buffalo is for a 3rd and 16 with 5 seconds to go in the first half. The clock's still moving, and Van Treese says we've done enough. The clock hits 0 to bring us to halftime, and the Miami RedHawks end that first half with an exclamation point. They lead Buffalo 24-10 after 30 minutes here from Oxford, Ohio. And a first half, Jack, that you could say Miami was the much better team in, and they continued up the play and the pace all 30 minutes long of it.
Yeah, and they lead by 2 touchdowns. It almost seems like they should be leading by more, because I would say that they've been pretty handily dominating this game. UB has had a few big plays. They really haven't been able to get anything consistent going, though. And I think if Miami is able to reel in those big plays, their defense coming out of the half, this could be maybe even a blowout here from Oxford on this warm Tuesday night.
We've had them before, but 24-10 Miami over Buffalo. A Bulls team that kind of hung with Miami too as we were really starting the game off. We talked about how equal the play was really in that first part of the first quarter, and then all of a sudden the RedHawks kind of turned the dial up. Buffalo, though, a lot of trouble tonight trying to rush the football, trying to pass the football. Offensively, this Bulls team was anemic in that first half.
Yeah, they're just having a lot of trouble getting pretty much anything going. Like you said, they really can't run the ball right now, and Kyle Van Treese is having some accuracy issues, so when you can't run the ball and you can't throw the ball, really there's not much you can do on the offensive side of the football.
Not at all. So a 24-10 lead for Miami here at the break. RedHawks currently have 93 rush yards to Buffalo's 56. In terms of receiving yards, Miami leading that department 217 yards to Buffalo's 151. So in terms of total yards, Miami 31 plays for 310 yards. Buffalo 42 plays for 207 yards. And in terms of other stats we can look at after 20 minutes, there was 4 penalties for 45 yards for the RedHawks, 3 penalties for 25 yards on the Buffalo side. Time of possession was led by Buffalo, 17 minutes and 20 seconds. The Bulls had the football in that first half to Miami's 12 minutes and 40 seconds. And at third downs, Buffalo went 3 for 7, Miami 2 for 5. Both teams are 0 for 1 thus far in fourth down conversions. So on paper, it looks more even than really it is on the field. And RedHawks take that 24-10 lead into the half. If you're Miami, what do you have to do to come out and seal the deal?
Like we said, just come out, try to reel in the big plays, keep plugging away on defense. Tell those linebackers to keep playing hard, and I think that Miami will have a good second half in this one.
And we will see. RedHawks take that lead again into the locker room at the break, trying to win 13 in a row at home. Are the RedHawks, if they win 2 more games out of their 3 left this season, including this one, then they are bowl eligible. And if they win all 3 games remaining this season, that includes this game, then they are going to be the MAC East champions, go to their second MAC championship football game in 3 years. That would be exciting to see, but still 30 minutes of football return to here in this game in the second half, and our halftime is here in Oxford. 24-10, Miami over Buffalo. Will take the break, about a 16-17 minute break or so, and then be back with us for the second half, and again 16 or 17 minutes right here on Red Hawk Radio. So hang with us, hang tight. Halftime from Oxford, Miami up 14. This is Miami football on Red Hawk Radio. 24-10 is your score as we escape halftime here in Oxford, Ohio, ready for half number 2 of action between Miami and Buffalo. Patrick Geshan, Jack Schmelzinger back with you here on Red Hawk Radio tonight as both teams take the field here for our second half of action. A first half, if you're just joining us, that Miami was the much better team led Buffalo in both rushing and passing categories, and the Red Hawks offense really carrying them in this game tonight en route to the halftime lead of 24-10. The Bulls looking to respond in the second half, but Miami won the coin toss. They chose to defer to the second half, and so the Red Hawks will get the football here to begin us in the third quarter. Our second half temperature, 54 degrees, partly cloudy.
Not bad.
Not
keep
bad.
expecting that to plummet. It's not
Me
really
too.
dropping, though.
Most of the times when we do this, on these Tuesday nights or whatever, I mean, 54 is like not even the high for the whole day. It's usually the high is 45. As the kick here from the Bulls will go into the Miami end zone far side, and taking a knee is the Red Hawk returner and David Afari. So first and 10 from the 25 for Miami to get us going here in the second half. Brett Gabbert will be back out with his offense. The whole thing at the beginning of the year between Gabbert and A.J. Mayer, they were basically dual quarterbacks. They split all the duties, but something that Gabbert has done these last couple of weeks has put him as the main quarterback for Miami. And Mayer's just really not been around since October the 16th against Akron. That was that home game, the last Saturday home game for Miami, the last time he appeared. The handoff here on the first play of the half to Keon Mosey. He's out of bounds on the far sideline. A wrap tackle after a gain of 3. Beg your pardon, that was Kevin Davis. I either say Davis or Mosey, and it's the other one.
Without fail.
The gray uniforms.
Well, Kevin Davis is a ridiculously fast football player. He just absolutely took that ball all the way around the UB defense. It looked like he was going to cut upfield a few times, thought better of it. Didn't get much yardage downfield, but I definitely got a good run in there.
Red Hawks move right to left across your radio here in our third quarter. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Gabbert hands off, and nothing there for the rusher. Tackle down at the line of scrimmage or a yard behind it. That time it is number 28. And Keon Mosey on the rush to the Kansas State transfer. Can't gain anything. 3rd and 10 from the 25.
It's a loss of 3, 3rd and 10.
So the rush game really has done nothing there. I beg your pardon, a loss at 3 actually, because that last play was a 2nd and 7. So it's a loss at 3 for the 3rd and 10 by Keon Mosey. 3 receivers left, 1 on the right. Gabbert ready for a shotgun snap. As Miami in this football game is 2 for 5 on 3rd downs tonight. 2 claps Gabbert. Shotgun snap in his hands. Fires one down the field near side. There's a catch. And a completed one at the 42-yard line of Buffalo. Mac Hippenhammer with another big catch tonight. Puts Miami to Bulls territory. 1st down and 10.
Man, Brett Gabbert is really impressing tonight. A lot of the time when you hear the big knock on him, it's just the arm strength. He's really fitting these balls into tight windows this evening.
Yeah, 28 yards strike to Hippenhammer. He has 63 yards through the air this evening. A handoff on 1st down from the 47. Gets a gain of about 4 there for the Red Hawks to create a 2nd and 6 here coming up.
Kenny Tracy, the ball carrier.
Is Kenny Tracy that time carrying it for Miami. Down to officially they say the 44. So it'll be a 2nd down and 7 from there. 2 minutes into our third quarter. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Gabbert here will have Andrew Homer join the formation on the right is a tight end, but it's a screen pass near side. There's a catch, and not a whole lot there for Kenny Tracy. He's out of bounds with a gain of 1. They tried the screen, look, Buffalo ready for it on that near sideline. It'll be a 3rd and 6 upcoming from the Buffalo 43 for Miami. Before that, a whistle and timeout. Well, player was injured on the defense, but they got up before we could really figure out what was going on, so they blow the play dead anyway, but Looks like we're going to get going here pretty quickly. 3rd and 6 coming up for Miami again on the Buffalo 43-yard line. 12:32 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Miami 3 for 6 tonight so far on 3rd down. Here's another chance.
Flip a coin.
Yep.
3 receivers right, nobody left. Gabbard has a man to his right in the backfield. It's either Davis or Mosey. Buffalo going to send 5 guys here at the line to rush. Gabbard, the shotgun snap, rolls far side, quick throw, quick catch. Walker tackled down at the 40-yard line. He's 2 yards shy of the first. And a great tackle there by number 3 for Buffalo. Coming out of the middle of nowhere to make it. It was a pre-Washington, the quarterback. Got right there after reading the play pretty well, and Miami sent off the field for a 4th and 3 here on their own 40-yard line. The punt team is coming out. On the Buffalo 40-yard line, I beg your pardon. And Walker that time just did not have anything as Washington came right in to get him.
Yeah, and I'm a little surprised they're punting here, not going for it 4th and 3 on about the 40. There are some people who would really be annoyed about that.
Jobin kicks it to his own man who catches it inside the 5-yard line. A Red Hawk got down under that punt and caught it to end the play. And was that Sorensen? I'm trying to figure out. It's a double-digit player, I know that.
I think it was Sorensen, yeah.
It was number 13, Jack Sorensen, who caught his own punter's punt at the 3-yard line of Buffalo.
He's all over the place.
I know. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulls here from their own 3. 11:28 to go in the 3rd quarter, their first drive of the 2nd half, and we have Matt Myers in at the quarterback position. He will hand off on the 1st down play, a gain of maybe 2 up the left hash, and that was number 8 in white on the carry, and Dylan McDuffie, the 6'0", 207 junior from Buffalo, New York.
Stopped by Cameron Butler after a gain of 2. It's
This is a special game for you.
That's right, a lot of hometown connections.
Yeah. Myers here with a shotgun snap. Receiver on either side, rolling near side on the goal line. Will find some room up the right hash, and Myers using that rush ability to be a yard shy of the 1st down. He got to the Buffalo 12-yard line, so the Bulls have some breathing room here. And it will be a 3rd down and 1 from there. There's Myers tonight on the ground for Buffalo now with 4 carries for 9 yards.
Has he thrown a pass yet?
No.
Interesting.
Yep. 2 receivers left. Shotgun snap. Myers will hand off. The ball is loose inside the 10, and the Red Hawks get on it. They hand it off to Ron Cook Jr. It slipped out of his hands, and the Miami defensive core got right on the football unopposed. Miami will have it 1st down and 10 from the 8-yard line of Buffalo. So a 1st and goal, I should say, for Miami upcoming with 10:16 to go in the 3rd quarter.
And if you're Miami, you have to score this football.
Yeah.
You cannot let Buffalo gain that momentum that they would get if they stopped you here. They have been gifted a golden opportunity to score. They need to make this a 3-score game right here.
3 receivers out right for Gabbard. His offense right back on the field. 12 on the play clock. Man standing to his left is the halfback. Gabbard will hand off to the halfback. And down to the 5-yard line. On the rush for the Red Hawks is Mosey. So he will pick up 3. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 5 for Miami. On another Buffalo turnover tonight, that's their 2nd fumble of the game. Ball sits left hash. 1 receiver out right for Gabbard, and then 1 to the left who will come over to the right side. Mosey in the backfield, and so much movement all over the place before this snap. Multiple flags are out.
Ball start, number 53.
Ball start on Miami, number 53. And Gray is called for it, and that is Caleb Schaefer. 2nd time he has false started tonight. If that's how you say it. False started, false start,
Yeah.
false.
I might be a journalism major, but I'm not going to be able to answer that.
Move too soon.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to go.
Two receivers left, nobody out right for Gabbert. 2nd and goal for Miami from the Buffalo 10. And Gabbert here will roll out for a play action. He's got a wide open man far side, but throws it near side, and there's a catch for the touchdown. Right at the goal line, the reception brought in by the tight end over the middle, and Andrew Homer, I believe. We'll have to double check. Yeah, it was Homer who made the catch for the TD. And they did score, just like you said, Jack. Andrew Homer with his first reception of the football game, his 5th touchdown reception of the year for the St. X product out of Cincinnati. Nicholson to add the PAT, and that is right down Broadway. Miami 31, Buffalo 10, 9:19 to go in the 3rd quarter, and the fumble is taken advantage of for sure by Miami. They score on the drive and lead this game by 21 points.
And that, you have to assume that's a little bit of a backbreaker for Buffalo. We'll see how they come out of this TV timeout. I think that another quick stop by Miami could almost put this one to rest here from Oxford.
And we will see for sure as the Bulls come out in the second half. We knew they needed to start well on offense. They did not do that at all. They were pinned back on their own 3 to start their first drive, and then the fumble brought out. RedHawks take advantage of that, and so for Buffalo, just a miserable start here to the second half when they really could not afford one, down by 21.
Yeah, and that just shows really the importance of playing field position. I was talking as we were seeing that Miami punt from around Buffalo's 40 about how that's really not a part of football anymore. Usually you see teams going for that now.
Right.
But they were able to pin Buffalo inside of their own 5, and that's just a lot of extra pressure when you're on offense inside of your own 5, and it really worked out for the RedHawks. Were able to recover a fumble and get the quick score there.
And they got it, 31-10, 9:19 to go in our 3rd quarter. We will step aside for just a moment. RedHawks leading the football game, and you're listening to Miami Football on RedHawk Radio. .9:19 to go here in our 3rd quarter. Miami 31, Buffalo 10. Patrick Geshan, Jack Schmelzinger back with you here from Yager Stadium in Oxford, following a Miami touchdown-producing drive, in which Andrew Homer made a 10-yard touchdown reception to end the last series for the RedHawks. Brett Gabbert now 16 for 21, Jack. 3 touchdowns. QBR 226.9.
Wow, that's a couple of straight, really impressive weeks on the stat sheet for Gabbert.
Sure.
Who ended up with nearly 500 passing yards last week.
Kickoff is a touchback from Nicholson. Yeah, Gabbert was 32 for 55 last week. Season high in yards, 492 like you said. 5 touchdowns, season high. Threw for an interception, and on the ground he had 5 attempts for 82 yards.
Wow, I didn't even know that part.
So that puts Gabbert after last week at 1435 on the season. Tonight he's at 259 yards, so in that 1,700-yard range now. Back out is the Buffalo offense. A pass over the middle is going to be incomplete on first down at 10 from the 25-yard line. Myers that time, the quarterback. And he went over the middle to Tyler Stevens, his tight end. Incomplete, brings up a 2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line with 9 to go in the third. Two receivers out right, one to the left. Before this, you get the play blown dead by the referee. Something going on?
Wonder if maybe they're going to look at the clock. I think it was running that entire time after the incompletion. I'm not sure. I think they're going to have to set it back another, maybe 20 seconds.
Says 8:51 right now. Yeah.
Reset the game clock to 9 minutes, 16 seconds, please.
Even more.
Thank you.
They're going to add a little over 20 seconds on there. 25 seconds.
I was a little confused. I didn't want to say anything because I'm not totally sure I know the rule, but.
So two receivers to right and one to the left. Myers passes far side, completion for a first down. Getting out of bounds near that Miami 35.
Matt Myers pass.
Is Keon Williams with a catch for Buffalo. Williams now with 6 receptions in the game. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulls on their own 35-yard line. Myers went to West Seneca West High School. Handoff here up the middle. McDuffie broke a few tackles out to the 44-yard line of Buffalo for a gain of 9. And you went to Orchard Park, so they're rivals, right?
That's right. Matt Myers was a bane of the average Orchard Park student's existence for a couple of years. He spent a couple of years at Timon, a pretty small high school in the Buffalo area, and he was dragging them all over. They were going to Texas, Ohio for all these showcase games just because of him. And look where he is now.
UB. McDuffie the handoff here from the Buffalo 44. He gets his way into Miami territory. Good rush by McDuffie down to the Red Hawk 43-yard line into Red Hawk territory with 8:20 left in our third quarter. So McDuffie's been the top rusher for Buffalo tonight, with now 54 yards on the ground. Myers hands off. McDuffie again, right hash, spins his way through multiple gray jerseys and then brought down after another gain of 10 to the 33 of Miami. That was a really good rush there for McDuffie. 2 good ones that have picked up 2 straight first downs. 7:57 to go in the third quarter, and it'll be a 1st and 10.
McDuffie, another Buffalo area high school product from Sweet Home High School, which is one of the smallest high schools in the area. I don't think that I've ever even heard of anyone from there, so kind of impressive that he was able to make it out of that place.
Yeah. Never forget where you come from.
That's right. Sweet home.
Two receivers left, one to the right. Myers, empty backfield, airs it out near side, and that's it, complete. Almost intercepted by Sterling Weatherford down near the 2-yard line, near the goal line, but he just kind of let it fly over his head. Didn't want to risk pulling anything. And this 31-10 game with 7:26 to go in the third. Miami on top. 2nd and 10 for Buffalo coming up from the 33 of Miami.
Yeah, right. You have to think that Weatherford maybe misjudged that one, or maybe even got a little bit nervous when it was in the air, because if he had just taken 2 steps and let it fall into his arms, it would have been an interception. He jumped way out of his reach.
Handoff here, and a loss of 1 on the play for the rusher. That time it was McDuffie again. It'll be a 3rd and 11 coming up. Beg your pardon, they go to Cook Jr. that time actually for Buffalo. 3rd and 11 coming up from the 34-yard line of Miami.
I would love to know the story behind Myers wearing number 41 tonight.
Yeah, me too.
Crazy. Weird to see a QB wearing a number like that.
He's usually number 10. Buffalo 3 for 8 on 3rd down tonight. They need 11 on this one. Empty backfield. Myers a bullet over the middle. There's a catch. A good catch made by number 18, Jamari Cassett, but he is 7 yards shy of a first down to the Miami 30-yard line. 4th and 7 coming up, and it looks like the offense will stay on the field for Buffalo.
Yeah, at this point they have almost nothing to lose. going to try to cut this deficit to 2 scores.
And you remember Myers, when he came out with number 41, we had no idea what was going on. They don't have a 41 on their roster. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Myers has a halfback to his left, empties out the backfield, 4th and 7, bullet over the middle, and that is well overthrown for the intended target. Jamari Gassett again, the freshman out of Tampa Bay, Florida. And the RedHawks will get this one back. The turnover on downs by the Bulls. Miami with it, 1st down and 10 on their own 30-yard line. 6:02 to go in the 3rd. RedHawks lead it by a tally of 31-10. And so we will get a media timeout out of this before the next Miami drive. RedHawks up by 21 here in Maction, and this is Miami football on Red Hawk Radio. Patrick Geshan, Jack Schmelzinger back with you here on Red Hawk Radio. 6:02 to go in our 3rd quarter. Miami 31, Buffalo 10 here at Yager Stadium tonight. We're back with you a week from tonight. Next Tuesday, Miami and Bowling Green will battle it out in the final home game of the year on Miami's schedule. Join us next Tuesday for that one. Still a to-be-announced time for that game. We should learn in the next couple of days what time that will start. But Miami and Bowling Green next Tuesday on Red Hawk Radio.
Yeah, and that could have some big implications for the Red Hawks. Assuming they hold on to this game, they're going to be going for bowl status and always chasing that elusive MAC championship, MAC East championship.
It will be an exciting final stretch for Miami football fans. If this result holds tonight, Miami just needs one more game to be bowl eligible, one more win if they win tonight, and 2 more wins in their next 2 games for the MAC title berth. As Gabbert, first play of this drive from the 30, throws incomplete on the far side for Hippenhammer over his head for a 2nd and 10 coming up from the Red Hawk 30-yard line. So Miami up 31-10, 5:57 to go in our 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I would like to see Miami try to grind the ball out on the ground a little more, try and take advantage of this weak UB run defense that they really haven't beaten up on too much so far today. No. I think they've still got fresh legs in at least a few of their main backs. Let's see them use them here.
Gabbert with play action and a key. Plenty of room up the right side, and Brett Gabbert down at the 45-yard line with a gain of 15. We have a Buffalo player injured near the line of scrimmage, but that time Gabbert The wide open lane up the field, right hash. Buffalo player is up on his feet and jogging over toward the sideline. That's number 53 in white, and CJ Bazile, the defensive lineman. The first and 10 here from the 45-yard line for Gabbert and company. So tonight on the ground, Gabbert now with 3 rushes for 15 yards. Still 16 for 22 tonight is Gabbert in the pass game. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Bulls will rush forward. Gabbert with the snap, the shotgun snap, rolling far side, trouble in the pocket. Gabbert scrambles back to the line of scrimmage where he's tackled down. Maybe a loss of 1 there, but a flag came in during the play from the referee in the backfield. 5:18 to go in the third quarter. We will see our call. It will be an offensive holding on Miami. So a 10-yard penalty there will generate a first down and 20 for Miami from their own 35-yard line. Two receivers right and 1 to the left. Gabbert with a halfback to his left in the backfield. There's a tight end in the formation left side of the line. Gabbert play action looking far side, gets a throw off inside. There's a catch. And it's made out to the 40-yard line with a tackle for the pickup of 5. As they complete one to Kenny Tracy, the running back there, who gets 5 yards to the 39-yard line. So officially 4, they say. The original spot was at the 40. They push it back to the 39. And a 2nd and 16 upcoming from the Red Hawk 39-yard line. Two receivers right, 2 to the left. Gabbert will clap 3 times here. Shotgun snap, hands it off. Tracy in the backfield has a wide open lane up the left hash down to the 40-yard line of Buffalo. Beg your pardon, that time it was Mosey. And Keon Mosey picks up a 21-yard gain. Gabbert here, claps twice, no huddle offense from the shotgun, looking to pass. 1st and 10, airs it out to the end zone. It's a catch. Touchdown Miami. Brought in over the middle of the field, a big home run play. Jalen Walker with a reception. And number 14 in gray puts Miami up 37-10. 4:06 to go in the third quarter. Jalen Walker's first touchdown reception of the night.
What a route there by Jalen Walker. A big post, maybe even a double move to shake the UB defender. And Brett Gabbert had all day to get the ball in there. Sometimes that's hard. You start to think about it. Gabbert's still able to guide that one right into the outstretched arms of Walker. A beautiful touchdown for the RedHawks. I would say that probably puts this thing away.
I'd say Nicholson puts through the PAT. Miami 38, Buffalo 10 with 4:06 to go in the third quarter, but still plenty of football left to go. And if Buffalo can start doing something here, then
yeah,
I mean, I don't know, but
that's a good point. I think, yeah, maybe a little too early to be calling game here, but
so Miami there adds the touchdown. Though it's the big plays tonight, though, Jack, that has given Miami the advantage. I mean, a lot of these smaller rushes they do, the smaller passes have not produced much tonight at all. But when you look at why Miami has scored on drives, it's the 20-yard rush here, the 30-yard pass here, the big play here that got them down the field, and eventually they were able to grind out the touchdown. I think tonight it's just finding these holes in the Buffalo defense all over the field. It's been the big plays.
Yeah, it has. It's been the big plays all game. It feels like we're watching a Big 12 football game. And I mean, I guess that's kind of the point of action too, right? Big plays, lots of crazy stuff happening. I'd say that this has been a pretty good action game here so far.
Yep. So the RedHawks here and the Bulls will huddle up. Short media timeout. We will take 4:06 to go. Third quarter, Miami 38, Buffalo 10. RedHawks open up the 28-point lead. This is Miami football on Red Hawk Radio. Miami 38, Buffalo 10, 4:06 remains. Here in our third quarter, Patrick Geshan, Jack Schmelzinger back with you here. We come back from another break, and Miami's kicking the football off again.
Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah.
It feels like we've been doing this a few times here, or we've done this a few times at least here.
Feels good if you're rooting for Miami. So glad you're with us on this Tuesday night here on Red Hawk Radio. Thanks for tuning in from wherever you may be tuning in from. You know what? Let us know where you're tuning in from.
Please do.
On Twitter, my Twitter is at RealPattyG. His is at Jack Smurs.
We're a couple of geography nerds, so
yeah,
we'd
let
love
us
to
know.
hear.
We would. Kickoff here from Nicholson. It is brought in by Cook Jr., the Buffalo returner at the 12-yard line of the Bulls. He's out to the 35. Good return there for the Bulls to begin the drive at their own 35-yard line. 3:58 to go in the third quarter. All right, so we have our this week's edition of the College Football Playoff Rankings. Number 1, Georgia. Number 2, Alabama. Number 3, Oregon. Number 4, Ohio State. Number 5, UC. Number 6, Michigan.
Interesting.
UC moves up one.
Still can't crack that top 5, so I guess, or that top 4. I guess we have to hope one of those top 4 loses, huh? Not that we're rooting for Cincy or anything.
Well, I mean, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Myers back in at QB for Buffalo. He's played the majority of the second half. He has a rush. And he's going to gain about 9 yards up the left side of the field. Just found kind of some room in a broken play. I mean, I just think at the end of the year, if you're Cincinnati, your strength of schedule just breaks your back.
Yep. Yeah, and that's why they're joining the Big 12, right? Because they're this insanely good team, and it's just like you win out and you still can't get into the top 4. What are you supposed to do? You got to get a better schedule.
Handoff here up the middle for a first down, gain of 2 or 3. There's the rusher for Buffalo. That is McDuffie. Yep. For the first down for the Bulls out to the 48-yard line. But if you barely beat Tulsa on your home field, I mean, I just don't see how you can make the argument that, you know.
Yeah, right. That's a tough one to come back from. When you have, I mean, they have no room for error. They have to just kill everyone.
McDuffie tosses back in the backfield. A pass near side is thrown for a completion and a first down to the Miami 37-yard line. With that catch is Keon Williams. Dominic Johnson got the initial flip from McDuffie in the backfield. They run a reverse-type play. And to the near side, a catch made by Williams to catch the Miami defense off guard. First and 10 for Buffalo for the Miami 37.
And I don't think that Matt Myers has had an air attempt that long this entire game. The running backs are throwing farther than he is.
Up the right hash is McDuffie with this rush on first and 10 with a pickup of a yard to the 36 of Miami. 2:28 to go, third quarter, 38-10. RedHawks are on top. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Shotgun snap. Ready for it is Myers. He's got McDuffie to his right, the halfback in the backfield. Handoff to McDuffie, and he will gain maybe 2 or 3 up that left hash, down to the 33-yard line of Miami. And you have a 3rd and 5 coming up from the 32. They say?
It's a gain of 4, 3rd and 5.
I'd say, what, 25 students came?
Yeah, not a great showing from the Red Hawk faithful, at least the student section of it.
3rd and 5 for Buffalo. Shotgun snap for Myers. He will hand off McDuffie, a hole up the right side, and he is inside the red zone. Tackled down at the Miami 18-yard line. Nice rush there by McDuffie to save the Buffalo drive as Pace Jr. came in to make the late tackle from the secondary. First and 10, Buffalo on the Miami 18-yard line. And he pick up a 14 for McDuffie on 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 15, first down.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Myers the shotgun snap. McDuffie joins him in the backfield. RedHawks rush 4. McDuffie the handoff, left side. And barrels his way through for a gain of 2 or 3 after meeting gray uniforms there in the middle of the field.
Stop by Ivan Pace after a gain of 2.
1:13 to go, third quarter, clock creeping along. It is a 2nd down and 8. Two receivers to right, one to the left. In the backfield is Myers. Shot gets snapped, a handoff to McDuffie, gain of 2 or 3. They say 2. To the RedHawk 14-yard line, third down. And about 6 here is coming up as they're inside the 15.
3rd and 6.
You think they're going to run it up the middle again?
How much you want to bet? 35 seconds left. Third quarter. I'm sorry, we can't bet.
Yeah, we
Can't
never do
bet on
anything
sports.
like that.
Two receivers left, one to the right. Here is another handoff up the middle. Kevin Marks, nowhere to go. He's pushed left, tackled there at the line of scrimmage. A late flag comes in from the backfield, and it is offensive holding. They will announce it formally here in a second, but that pushes Buffalo back 10 yards. Another rush right up the gut.
Holding, number 72, offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot, 3rd down.
10-yard penalty puts them at a 3rd down and 16 from the 24. We wanted to know where you're listening from tonight. My Uncle Jeff responds Vermont.
Glad to hear it.
Hello, Uncle Jeff.
We've got some New England representation.
Yes, sir. Perkinsville, Vermont. He's probably sitting with his dog Snoopy on the couch, and Snoopy sits up like a human and watches TV with Jeff. And they talk about what show is on TV. It's hilarious.
I hope Snoopy's listening too. I
I'm
hope
sure,
he's enjoying.
sure Snoopy is.
That's the end of the
Third quarter runs out. Buffalo chooses not to go with another play before their 3rd and 16 from the 24-yard line. And so we will hit the break between the 3rd and 4th quarter. Hold on.
Miami men's basketball has just defeated
Oh my God.
Wow.
Georgia Tech by a score of 72-69.
72-69, the final tonight. Miami men's basketball opens their season off with a win against Georgia Tech.
Man, and that's got to be the biggest crowd we've heard all night from this,
Yes.
this Miami crowd.
That got a bigger roar than any Miami touchdown tonight, so that fires them up here. Miami basketball winning 72-69 over Georgia Tech.
Man,
Congratulations to them, a big way to open up the season as the RedHawks beat a Power 5 team. First time, I would say, in a while they've done that. I don't know the last time. We'll have to check on it, but
yeah, we might actually have to go watch watch them play Cincinnati now.
yeah, that's on December 1st, so we'll see what happens. I don't know. 3rd and 16 coming up for Buffalo. 4th quarter on its way when we return. 38-10 Miami over the Bulls, and this is Miami football on Red Hawk Radio. Fourth quarter about to begin from Oxford, Ohio. Patrick Geshan and Jack Schmelzinger back with you here. 38-10, Miami over Buffalo. Tuesday night action, first of 2 home action games for Miami on the schedule this year. RedHawks are 15 minutes away from winning 13 in a row at home.
This Yager Stadium advantage. What can you say?
It is one of the best in the country.
Seriously.
At this point. All right, so 3rd and 16 for Buffalo from the Miami 24. A pass over the middle to Kevin Marks. Will gain about 7 to the 15-yard line, and it's going to be a 4th down here in about 7, they say.
Looks like they're going to keep the offense out on the field.
Yeah, you might as well inside the red zone here at the Miami 15. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Myers here will get a snap from the shotgun. Standing to his left in the backfield is number 5 in Marks, but before this, timeout called by Miami.
Their first of the half.
It's the first they've used in the half, first they've used in the game. 14:24 to go in the 4th quarter. So for the RedHawks, Tuesday against Bowling Green next week to be announced, and then Saturday, November 27th, the regular season closes out at Kent State. That's the schedule for Buffalo. They are going to be home against Northern Illinois next Wednesday at 7, and then Tuesday, November 23rd, their schedule finishes out with action at Ball State.
You hear rumblings about the potential new MAC conference teams.
No.
We might be seeing, apparently, Middle Tennessee and Western Kentucky are beginning the process to join the MAC. Interesting.
I know the Conference USA is a mess.
Yeah.
4th and 7 for Buffalo from the 15-yard line of Miami, and a Hail Mary type pass over the middle by Myers goes nowhere. Incomplete. He was pressured there by the Miami defensive line, got to him pretty early. Myers just flung it away to get rid of it. And 1st and 10 coming up for Miami after yet another Buffalo turnover on downs. This will come for the RedHawks on their own 15 from the left hash. No, I had no idea about that. That's interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
All right.
Yeah, like you were saying, I'm sure that the everything conference is going to be totally messed up in the years to come with the big SEC. The big SEC restructuring and all. Texas and Oklahoma leaving the Big 12 for the SEC, for anyone who might not know.
And it just caused a chain reaction,
right?
Basically. Handoff here from Yager to a rusher up the left hash. Will gain about 3 from the Miami 15-yard line as Tracy that time carried it for the RedHawks. Because then you have the vacancy in the American Conference with the Big 12 needing more teams, and then you have some Conference USA teams joining the American, and then, yeah, it's just chain reaction.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who ends up just having fewer teams in their conference.
Right.
Maybe we'll see some new FBS schools here coming up. Be kind of exciting.
Yeah. 3 receivers right. Gabbard here is going to throw to one of them near side. It's Hippenhammer, but it's incomplete. The defensive back came right in and knocked it free last moment. Good play by number 11 in white for Buffalo to get in there. That was the cornerback in Wakeith Akeen Jr. 3rd and 7 from the 18 for Miami, their own 18. RedHawks tonight on 3rd down are 3 for 7. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Gabbard claps once, looks to the sideline, play clock at 9. Buffalo is going to rush 5 from the line. Play clock down to 2. Gabbard needs to move, gets the snap off. He will throw near side. There's a catch over the middle. Oh, lots of room to run for Cold Iron. The ball came out, though, at the 40-yard line, and Buffalo's got it. Or do they say, yeah, they do. They say Buffalo football. Bulls will get their first fumble of the night. As the pass over the middle was brought in, I believe there by Cold Iron. And then Wally was tackled at the 40-yard line of Miami. Ball came free. Buffalo pounced on it. And now the Bulls will have it 1st and 10 on the Miami 38-yard line.
Yeah, and Jack Coldiron, his name hasn't been called much here tonight. You have to assume he was probably just trying to do a little bit too much with the opportunity that he did get here, up 28 points. Really no harm, no foul for the RedHawks, but would like to see players keep hold on the ball a little better.
Flags galore on this first and 10. A pass over the middle that's completed to number 3 in white for Buffalo and Keon Williams. He got down inside the 20-yard line up the right sideline, but 2 flags sit at the 40-yard line, right where the line of scrimmage is. It's going to be a penalty on Miami, they say. As Myers rolled far side to get that pass off, Williams a good job to get open space and move his way down the field. We will see what they call.
Holding. Number 15, defense. Penalty is declined. Result of the play is a first down.
Holding on Miami, and that's going to give Buffalo more free yardage. Number 15 called on that for the RedHawks. And the defensive back in Matthew Salopek. So that puts Buffalo first and 10 on the Miami 16-yard line with 13:10 to go in the fourth quarter. 38-10, Miami on top of the Bulls. Receiver on either side, Myers from the right hash, rolling over for a pass, and the gray uniforms swallow him up before he can even think. Brought back for a loss of 2 or 3 to the 20-yard line, and that was pure blitz. 12:45 to go in the fourth. Second down and 14. As this will be a play that Buffalo has to think over pretty hard. They look to the sideline, get to the line with a play clock at 12. A receiver on either side for Myers. Shotgun snap, McDuffie to his left in the backfield. Myers will pass, air it out, end zone near side. That is a diving catch. Yes, it is. Made for the touchdown and brought in by Keon Williams. What a grab by Williams. Full-on extension over the goal line. The diving catch was made for the TD, and this lead is closed to 38-16 Miami, pending the PAT with 12:16 to go in the fourth.
Wow, that really was a great catch
For real.
by the Buffalo receiver. A little bit of man coverage there from Miami, and the Miami DB just got straight up beat into the end zone. And sometimes that'll happen when you're playing man coverage. Nothing you can really do.
Great grab by Keon Williams, the graduate student.
The previous play was a catch resulting in a touchdown. That play is under further
Oh my God, you have to review it. 12:16 to go in the fourth. Williams from Oklahoma City.
Wow.
Big Thunder guy, I guess.
I guess. Wonder how he made his way up to Buffalo.
I don't know. You can go down and ask him if you want. Your pass gets you on the field.
Honestly.
And,
head down there.
while you're down there, ask why Myers is 41 instead of 10. The Buffalo quarterback here in the second half. So they're going to review this.
And it feels good to be a media member. I forgot I have so much so much leeway over
You
here.
get a lot of leeway.
I can go wherever I want.
They even let you in without your pass, because I forgot my pass today. You go right ahead. So another review in the game. It feels like it's Saturday to me, or Friday.
Honestly, yeah. It does not feel like a Tuesday. It doesn't feel like I got to go to class tomorrow or do homework
take
tomorrow.
Take a test. I got to take a French test tomorrow.
Gosh. There's nothing that could possibly sound worse than that right now, a French test.
Still a review here. Miami at 38-16 over the Bulls. 12:16 to go here in our fourth quarter. Chuck Martin said this week there is just no margin for error for us. We have to find a way to win games. They have found a way tonight, that's for sure. And he really credited Brett Gabbert in the game last week. He said plays he'd like to have back in the game against Ohio, speaking of Gabbert, but the quote from Martin was off the charts, was his compete level, no matter when, the game moved or how it moved or where the game was. I mean, this guy can compete, and he needed to compete coming in because, you have the competition from Mayer, you have other competition, QB core, pressure on you, and Gabbert delivered tonight.
Yeah, and Gabbert really, if you think about it, he's probably just a lifelong competitor from a young age. He had his brother who he had to look up to, maybe even live in his spotlight a little bit. He's always had to compete for the QB job here. Last week was a really impressive showing, down 28-0 in the third quarter, bringing it all the way back to within 2 points.
The call stands on the catch. They rule that he was short, so Van Myers rather will throw to the end zone here on the 1st and goal from the 3 for the touchdown. So the catch was confirmed on the last play before the review that Keon Williams got into the catch, into the completion, but he was stopped at the 3-yard line, so Buffalo just throws a quick shadow play to the back right corner of the end zone, and the touchdown grab is made there by Tyler Stevens for the touchdown. So get him how you keep him, whatever. And Buffalo now down by 20 at 38-18. Or I'm sorry, so I just read that completely wrong. So Williams got in the end zone, they ruled a touchdown, and Buffalo just went for 2.
Oh, okay.
So that makes sense.
That makes a lot more sense, yeah.
So Buffalo converts the 2-point conversion there, and it was converted by Stevens, back left corner of the end zone. There was no announcement or anything, so I was kind of confused by what exactly was going on. So originally we thought that down early with a catch was Williams, and then Stevens there completed a play for the touchdown, but the Williams touchdown stands on the field, and then Buffalo goes for 2, and Tyler Stevens, the tight end, makes the catch. Back left corner of the end zone, 38-18. Miami leads it over Buffalo, 12:16 to go here in our 4th quarter from Oxford, Ohio, with a media timeout happening on the field right now. Keep it right here for that, as we are back on the air with you Friday night. Miami hockey plays North Dakota, first of 2 hockey games on the weekend for the RedHawks. Join us on Red Hawk Radio Friday at 7, season opener, and then Saturday at 5 for game 2 of that series. Both of them are on Red Hawk Radio.
Really excited for those games. Should be 2 really great contests between Miami and one of the best teams in the nation.
Yes, a perennial contender is North Dakota. Out of town scoreboard tonight, Akron is trailing Western Michigan and Kalamazoo 38-24. They are in the 3rd quarter. In Kalamazoo, Western Michigan on top of Akron by 14. Ohio, Miami's last opponent, leads Eastern Michigan at the half by a 20-13 score. And those are the other 2 MAC football games happening tonight. Both of them are north of the Ohio-Michigan border. So this media timeout here wrapping up. Again, the RedHawks win out, including tonight. They clinched the MAC East. 2 more games on the schedule remaining after tonight. And then if the RedHawks just win 1 more game after this game, if they win this game and then win 1 more, then they are bowl eligible.
You think they're going to send us down to the bowl?
We'll see. Depends on when it is.
Hey, we got some listeners today. So.
Yeah, we did. Buffalo here about to kick off. Buffalo last year played a bowl game. They played in the Camila Bowl versus Marshall. They beat Marshall 17-10 on Christmas Day.
Wow. Where else would you rather be on Christmas Day than watching UB beat Marshall 17-10?
The Camila Bowl. Squib kick back to the RedHawk returner. That's Walker. Picks it up at his own 20 and just takes a baseball slide down at the 26. And the next Miami drive will begin there with 12:13 to go in the 4th quarter.
And now that I think about it, isn't that Camila Bowl, that thing's in Hawaii, isn't it? So I guess I should eat my words. I definitely would like to be in Hawaii.
Well, yeah. I don't know, look it up.
Only thing is I don't know how to spell it.
You know the old saying, there's so many bowls these days. Drive here starts on the left hash for Miami from their own 26. Handoff from Gabbard to the rusher. This is Tracy. He is stopped. Forward progress gets him a gain of 1 or 2. And it will be 2nd down and 8 for Miami from the 28-yard line.
Stop by James Patterson after a gain of 2. It's 2nd.
Yeah, no, I'm totally off. It's in Montgomery, Alabama. So
oh, really?
Yep, I'm back to what I said before.
Miami played in Mobile a couple years ago in the Lending Tree Bowl.
That's right.
Formerly the GoDaddy.com Bowl.
They still sell those shirts at the bookstore.
No way.
Oh, they do, yeah.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. 2nd and 8 for Miami from the 28-yard line of their own. Gabbard claps twice, shotgun snap, in some trouble, rolls near side, away from the pressure. There's a throw and a catch, and out of bounds near side, Walker. Out to the Miami 46-yard line with plenty for a 1st down. Chains will move.
It's a gain of 18 and a Miami 1st down.
Pickup of 18 there for Walker. Jalen Walker tonight for the RedHawks leads the team with 136 rec yards on 7 catches and a touchdown. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. I think Montgomery, Alabama is doable because that's a drive.
Oh, yeah.
Gabbard hands off, right side. Nothing there for the rusher and Tracy. Out to the 48. Beg your pardon, that's Mosey.
Forget we're in southwestern Ohio and not in almost Canada, New York.
No.
Yeah, that's not bad.
2nd and 8 coming up for Miami. 10.5 to go in the 4th quarter. (38-18) Miami on top. If you're still with us, we appreciate your die-hardness for Miami football. Love it.
Impressive.
Thank you. Gabbard rolling near side for the pass over the middle. There's a catch. It was a little low, but handled well at the Buffalo 41-yard line by Sorensen. That's a 1st down. Into Bulls territory go the RedHawks. 10:06 to go in the 4th quarter. That is the 19th 1st down of the night for Miami. Last week they had 24 in Athens. RedHawks take a breather here before the next play. 9:52 to go. Clock moving. 4th quarter. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Gabbard shotgun snap. Some men in motion. Davis comes across. The handoff, though, goes to the halfback to Gabbard's left. And that is a gain of 2 or 3 up the right hash for Kenny Tracy.
Tackle by Sean Golak after a gain of 3. 2nd and 7.
2nd down and 7 coming up from the 38-yard line. Kenny Tracy from Indianapolis, 5'10", 211 freshman. And his first touchdown on the ground tonight since week 1 at Cincinnati. Gabbard's taking time. Play clock at 1 when they snap it. Here's a handoff. Tracy left side, plenty of room, finds the hole. 1st down and more, down to the Buffalo 26. And the chains move again for the RedHawks with 8:47 to go in the 4th quarter.
I would not want to be the person tasked with stopping Kenny Tracy. He just, he really flies into the pile with a lot of speed and a lot of power. Even now, up 20 with 8 minutes left in this game.
Yep.
That is a large man moving very fast.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Gabbard here, shotgun snap, looks at the sideline. Play clock at 6. Mission of this drive is just to eat up clock. Snap in Gabbard's hands, fires one, bullet far side. That is incomplete. One-on-one matchup. A flag comes out as they look to the end zone. And coverage for Buffalo, I believe, was number 3. And that would be at Washington.
Pass interference, number 3, defense.
Yep.
15-yard penalty.
Intended target was Sorensen for Miami. 1st down and 10 now for the RedHawks. It is upcoming inside the red zone. They're going to put this football down at the Buffalo 11. 8:09 to go in the 4th. Miami up by 20 on the Bulls. The crowd retention rate tonight, Jack, I'd say is 80%.
Yeah, it's not bad. You know, it started out a lot better. Last game we did, the Long Island game, the first home game of the year, the student section was pretty huge on that Saturday afternoon. But yeah, huge by our standards anyway.
Here's a rush up the right side and down at the 2. Oh, never mind, they say a touchdown. Very late call by the officials. Touchdown Miami, 11-yard rush there for Kevin Davis. Found a hole at the right side of the line, was pretty much unopposed until then. Had a hit at the line, but overcame it. And Kevin Davis with his first rush touchdown of the evening. And they're going to review it. That was a pretty close play. Like we mentioned, late call by the official. Davis appeared to me to be stopped short maybe, but they'll of course take a look here. Miami up right now, pending this review, 44-18 with the Davis touchdown added on. 8:01 to go in our fourth quarter.
And early in the game, we talked a little bit about how Miami's pass game was really working, how the rush game didn't quite get working well. Now it almost seems like this UB defense is just completely demoralized. Miami is pretty much doing whatever they want to do at the moment, running or passing.
Yeah, it's clicking for sure.
It is clicking.
Good sign to see at this time of year if you're the RedHawks, and they've had a lot of success against Buffalo on this field as of late. Miami has won 3 of the past 5 meetings overall, but all time RedHawks are 9-3 in Oxford against the Buffalo Bulls. But Buffalo really dominated the last meeting between these teams last year. They won 42-10 back in Western New York on November the 10th. So that was 1 day away from a year ago today.
Wow.
A year ago tomorrow.
Nothing better than a Mid-American Conference home field advantage. What day did you say it was?
November 10th, 2020.
Yeah. Year ago tomorrow.
Yep. So they roll it. Davis is down at the 1. So no touchdown there for the RedHawks. Davis was down short at the half-yard line where they spot the football on the right hash. And the RedHawks will move in the end zone to our right, trying to get this into the end zone. First and goal from the 1 with 8:01 to go in the fourth quarter. Half-yard line. Two receivers right and 1 to the left. Gabbard here will clap twice. 5 on the play clock. They're just waiting for it to run out. Hand off up the right side of the line into the end zone for the touchdown. There's the rusher for Miami. That is Kevin Davis. I think they went to again. Never mind Keon Mosey that time. It's 26 or 28 with the gray uniforms. Flip a coin.
Yeah, you got to ask them to change numbers at least if they're not going to get rid of these uniforms.
Brutal. 44-18, Miami on top of Buffalo with the PAT. Coming on here is Nicholson. 7:35 to go, fourth quarter. And Nicholson will bang this right through for the good PAT. Miami 45, Buffalo 18. I think now you can say it's over.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think that's probably fair.
Yeah. We can project. So we'll have a media timeout here on the field. We'll keep it here, I guess. So the temperature now is 55.
Wow, it's rising.
We're so lucky. All right, let's look at the weather for next Tuesday.
I was going to say, I'm sure that Mother Nature will get us back a week from today.
Figure that one out here. 50's the high next Tuesday, so
yeah, that's going to be tough.
That could be worse, but we might have to bring an extra layer or 2.
Yeah.
So the low is 29 next Tuesday. But then it's over.
Right.
Then we
don't have to worry about it.
Then we're inside until March.
Right, maybe we'll be in Alabama if we're lucky, but it's pretty warm down there, I've heard.
Then baseball starts in March. There's kind of like this humidity haze type You can see in the lights of the field, it's kind of humid out tonight as well.
Yeah, it is. Little foggy. It's been foggy a lot of mornings recently in Oxford, I feel like.
7:35 to go in the fourth. Miami 45, Buffalo 18. Miami, guess what? 520 total yards of offense in this game. That's 351 through the air, 169 on the ground. Buffalo 355 total yards, 231 of those passing, 124 rushing. Buffalo 3 turnovers to Miami's 1. But the Bulls have had more time of possession in this game. They've had the football 27 minutes, 44 seconds. Miami 24 minutes, 41 seconds.
That's interesting. Gotta be the big play effect we were talking about earlier, right?
Well,
Miami's not holding on the ball too long. They just keep chucking it down the field.
And it works.
Yeah.
It's worked against this Buffalo defense.
It has.
And now the strategy here, the RedHawks with 7:35 to go in the fourth quarter. Just eat up the clock as much as you can. As we are past the 10 o'clock hour here on the East Coast. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, seriously.
Again, back with you next Tuesday. More Miami football here on Red Hawk Radio. Against Bowling Green, the Falcons come down I-75 to battle with the RedHawks.
How far of a drive is that?
3.
Not bad.
Had a nice trip there about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
That's right. Watch some hockey.
Yep. Kickoff from the RedHawks will come to our left, over to Buffalo to our right. Again, the Bulls next week have NIU at home on a Wednesday. 7 o'clock. And the big headline of the night, the Miami men's basketball team meet Georgia Tech on the road.
Still can't believe it.
No. Well, we were at halftime in the press box, all the SIDs, and we were watching it around the laptop. Sports.
That's right.
Kick from Nicholson with his right foot into the Bulls' territory at the 6-yard line, grabbed here by their returner. And number 2, that's Ron Cook Jr. out of Washington, D.C., is out past the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 from there for Buffalo to start their drive. 7:28 to go in the fourth quarter. I always like it when we look from, up in the stands, kind of down low at all the fans. I'm not making any stereotypes. I'm not saying anything like that. But some of these Miami jackets and things that people own, it's pretty cool. Like, kind of like the age of them. You know what I mean? It's like
the vintage.
Yeah,
stuff,
the vintage stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they got it at the Follett's bookstore in like the 80s.
Yeah, a lot of cool apparel.
Yep.
Check out you should check out the Antique Store Uptown. Anyone else who's listening who might be visiting Oxford anytime, check out the Antique Store Uptown. They have a lot of cool vintage Miami stuff.
Old jackets and hats.
Old jackets, hats, signs, cups, golf balls, pretty much anything you could possibly think of, they've got it.
Another media timeout here after the Buffalo kickoff return, so we will do that. 7:28 to go in our fourth quarter. Miami 45, Buffalo 18. Want to thank you for spending your Tuesday evening with us here from Oxford, Ohio. So we did have the one listener in Vermont, that was my uncle, who said, we were talking about his dog Snoopy, said Snoopy was watching the Bruins win.
Oh.
So, another good cause.
I guess you could say that.
Sure, my grandma Marlene is listening tonight from North Springfield, Vermont. Want to say hello to her. Anybody?
I got a text from my cousin Jimmy, who I assume was listening from back home in Orchard Park. My parents, I know, are listening in Orchard Park. My sister probably isn't listening, but if she is, hello to her as well. That's all I got.
Good.
Actually, my friend Nick, he tweeted us that he was listening.
Yeah, that's right.
in.
He is.
So we've got one more.
So,
He's listening from Oxford, Ohio. He just sent me a picture. He's over there, though, now.
Oh, okay.
He's in the stands
He's
now.
at the game?
Yeah.
All right. He's one of the, 20 people in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I honestly can't believe it. I can't believe he's sticking it out, but
That's good, though.
I respect it.
Just die-hard fan.
Yeah. Yeah, he sure loves his Miami football.
30 seconds left in our media timeout.
They really love the media timeouts, don't they?
Well, I mean, MAC, the majority of the income for the MAC comes from this ESPN contract when you put the football games on Tuesday, Wednesday nights, so ESPN has to make money through ads.
Okay, so they're going to drag this thing along
Oh, yeah.
as far as they possibly
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
We're 3 hours and 15 minutes in. But you know what? We can do this because of that money.
True.
So
that's true.
It's a big part
We'll
of
take it.
the funding.
Thank you, ESPN.
So I'm not complaining, yep. All right, ball on the right hash. Buffalo here will start this drive 1st and 10 on their own 31-yard line. You have Myers back in at quarterback, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right, shotgun snap. Myers plenty of time, bullet over the middle. There's a catch. And bringing it in for the gain of 8 yards is number 9 in Dominic Johnson. 5th year. This is the first time I've seen this. Redshirt 5th year from Windsor, Ontario. No huddle. Yeah, no huddle offense. Myers pass over the middle again. This is going to get the first down past the 40. The catch brought in there by Jamari Gassett out of Tampa Bay.
So does that mean, counting the COVID year last year, does that mean that he's in his 7th year in college, maybe?
Redshirt 5th year.
For injury to the offense.
Maybe 6th year?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And he might have eligibility for 7th.
Wow.
First down at 10 Bulls from the 42 of their own. 7:03 to go. 4th quarter clock crawls along. The receivers left, nobody right. And as Myers here waits the shotgun stop. 11 on the play clock. Gets it. Blitz comes and Myers is just blown up in the backfield. The ball comes out. RedHawks pounce on it. And I believe they have the football in this fumble. No signal yet for the referees. 2 Miami players emerge with it. And Miami recovers the fumble. Matt Myers. I'm surprised his head is still attached.
It was recovered by Cody Hilton.
I don't know who made that hit from the far side. I wish we could see the numbers, but that was just a hit.
Wow. Yeah. An absolute drubbing of Matt Myers there.
First
Poor
and,
guy.
Yeah, 1st and 10 Miami coming from the 37.
That's why our parents never let us play this sport, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you could, get my mom going really quickly
Oh, mine
on that
too.
debate.
I'm sure they would love to talk about it.
Gabbard here will hand off. 1st and 10 Miami up the gut. Gain of 9 on the rush is the carrier and Mosey. Down to the 28.
Stopped by Corey Brooks after a gain of 9.
That's why I play golf.
Yeah. Probably about as far as you can get from football on the dangerousness.
I remember the golf coach complained that he had to do the concussion training every year. And the first problem, he didn't know how to log on to the system to do it. So. 2nd down and 1. Gabbard here looks at the sideline play clock at 3. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Another clap. Gabbard high snap from the shotgun. Handoff Mosey, and he will get the distance for the first, they say. Needed a yard. He got the yard. 1st and 10 Miami down to the Buffalo 26.
That's a gain of 2 and a Miami first down.
That Bowling Green game will be fun because that's a nice little rivalry.
Oh, okay. So it'll be a little extra.
I mean, I don't know if you're going to be able to feel it, but I think you're going to see some of their fans come down.
Yeah. I was going to say probably a lot easier of a trip than Buffalo.
It's a boring trip, but it's really easy.
Yeah.
Receiver on either side. Gabbard claps twice. Shotgun snap. Hand off up the middle. There's Davis. Gain of 2. Was that Mosey? Was Mosey. just so you know, anybody listening, gray, and dark red do not match.
Yeah, if they were keeping the announcers in mind, they would not
Well,
have...
no, it's the last thing they think about.
Yeah.
They wouldn't,
right.
They wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, really.
The receivers right for Miami. It's a 2nd and 8 from the Buffalo 24. To collapse, Gabbard hands it off. This is going to be Mosey again. Another time they go to him. He tried to find some room up the right side, and he gained 1 yard. 3rd down and 6 is upcoming. 4:16 to go, 4th quarter. Miami 45, Buffalo 18. 3rd and 7 officially coming up from the Bull 23. Gabbard awaits the shotgun snap. Looking to the sideline, figuring out the play. 3 on the play clock, finally gets in order. Collapse once, hands off. Mosey will spin his way through the hole. I think he was a yard short of the first. It will be a 4th and inches coming up.
Was Mayer in there for a couple snaps?
I don't think so, because again, we can tell if it's a single digit or a double digit with these numbers that we have complained about all night. And I'm pretty sure I've only seen a single digit take snaps, so. I could be wrong, but they do not list.
No, I would guess that I'm probably wrong.
Mayor on the stats. Okay. 4th and inches from the Buffalo 16 for Miami. They're going for it. Gabbard shot gets snapped. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. It'll be a handoff to the halfback in the backfield. Mosey has the first down to the 15-yard line. Chains will move. Drive continues for Miami with 2:56 to go in the 4th.
It's a gain of 1 and a Miami first down.
I mean, at this point in the game, you're just watching the traffic go by Bonham Road to our right. I think that's a Honda Pilot. Or I
can't argue with you on that one. That does look like a Pilot over there.
2:30 left, 4th quarter. Receiver on either side. Gabbard claps twice. 1st and 10, Buffalo 15. Handoff near side, nothing there. Stop back for lots of maybe 2 is Mosey with a flag out for the near side of the field. That'll stop the clock. And 2:15 to go in the 4th.
And I can confirm it does appear that they've started the Buffalo buses.
That's your favorite line.
They got them lined up over there. Looks like they are
the
up
motorcade
and running, ready to go.
Ready to hit the road.
Personal foul, face mask, number 55, defense. Penalty is enforced half the distance to the goal line, automatic first down.
Only on Buffalo for a face mask. I just hope the buses can fit under the Angola service area bridge.
Oh, jeez.
My uncle says it's 46 degrees in Vermont, so.
Not bad, honestly.
That's really
I feel
not
like
bad.
the whole northeast, this area has been getting a little bit of a warm surge recently.
Yep.
I'm not complaining.
Nope. Victory formation.
Wow.
Best play in football. 2:02 to go, 4th quarter. First down and goal from the 8 for Miami. And Gabbard with a play clock at 4, 3, 2. We'll snap it, take the knee.
Is there not a 2-minute warning in college football?
No.
Oh, there's not?
No.
Oh, wow. Should have asked you that off the air.
No, that's good.
Now I got exposed.
Don't give anybody any ideas. .120 left here in the 4th quarter. I don't know, what's the worst part of the drive back to Buffalo? As Gabbard here under center for the victory formation on 2nd and goal from the 9. He'll take another knee. Brings us down to 1:02 to go here in the 4th. Clock moves.
Worst part of the drive back has to be honestly, it has to be that last probably half hour where you get past that Angola rest area.
Oh, yeah.
You're going down the highway and you get off. Well, at least to get to my house, you get off at Hamburg, and it's like another 20-minute drive through the boonies.
Oh, you get off the Hamburg exit.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's terrible.
It's funny, one time, so my grandma's listening.
Yeah.
She drove out here with my mom's friend from Vermont as Gabbert takes the final knee, and they wanted to have a hamburger in Hamburg, and they had a hamburger. Made a big deal out of it.
Oh, man. I wonder where they went. I've probably been there, too.
Yeah, probably. Game is over. Final knee taken by Gabbert. Miami RedHawks hold on to beat the Buffalo Bulls 45-18. And the RedHawks stay in contention for two things: a bowl game and the MAC East title and MAC championship eligibility. RedHawks need 2 more wins and 2 more games this season to hold on to that MAC East title and go to the MAC championship at Ford Field in Detroit. 1 more win for bowl eligibility. Buffalo falls to 4-6 on the year. They're 2-4 now in the MAC. Miami improves to 5-5 overall, 4-2 now in the Mid-American Conference. Buffalo back home to play NIU next Wednesday at 7. Miami right back here a week from tonight on Tuesday against Bowling Green for a to-be-announced start on Red Hawk Radio. Your thoughts?
Great game from Miami. Not too much up for debate here. They have played a really good game, really dominated a pretty decent Buffalo team. Good showing for the RedHawks. Good things leading into the most important stretch of their season.
Yep. And a Miami team that tonight, I think you could say offensively, just really, really solid, really sharp. And I think at this point with the whole quarterback thing, Gabbert's your guy.
For sure. And it's almost starting to feel like you're excited to go into the game with Brett Gabbert as your quarterback. It's not like you're choosing between Brett Gabbert and A.J. Mayer anymore almost. It's like Brett Gabbert is going to be the guy who might be able to lead you to the promised land, which is a MAC championship and maybe a bowl win. Really impressive stuff.
Yeah, 21 for 28 tonight was Gabbert, 351 yards, 4 touchdowns. And so he did not put up as good as last week, but still very good.
Yeah.
Numbers for Gabbert through the air as the RedHawks again next week back at home against Bowling Green on Tuesday night. We will be with you for that one starting at... Well, we don't know yet. It's to be announced. So we'll figure that out when ESPN tells us. Any other final thoughts?
No final thoughts.
We'll see you Friday for Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. They'll take on North Dakota. That's a 7 o'clock start. We know that. Over at Goggin Ice Center across campus. Join us then right here on Red Hawk Radio, first of 2. On the weekend for the Miami football team, they'll play Saturday at 5 as well. That game on Red Hawk Radio 2. And then Tuesday against Buffalo here for football. So we're getting going, starting to go.
We sure are.
We're hitting the gas pedal. Miami wins tonight on the football field in action over Buffalo 45-18. For Luke West Poley, Jack Schmelzinger, rest of our great crew behind the scenes, Patrick Geshan saying so long goodnight from Yager Stadium in Oxford, Ohio this evening. RedHawks win it. They are still in contention for a bowl game and the MAC title game. We'll see you next time. Thanks for listening to this presentation of Miami football on Red Hawk Radio.
Very nice, very nice.